guess you're trying to get those people to engage on it, though. You know.
Losing power is my terror with the Australian gear. It was even worse with the old gear because it took 5 minutes to start up.
Oh wow.
Computer took 2 or 3 minutes.
Did you bring that cloud in, Pam? Did you bring that cloud in?
$2 of water has been a day because I didn't drink anywhere near enough yesterday. Is it possible to plug a third headset into there? No. I've got 4. I'm just thinking if DJ does come tonight, we can actually plug a third. I've got XLR headsets.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah. We'll make that call later.
Well, he's already asked for the chopper to be. Did you get that message? He must have sent it out to a few people. Because he said, can you all tell 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗡 to send the chopper in for me? And I sent one back to him going, use your bloody own chopper, mate.
I can hear you guys. Could you mute yourself again, please?
Welcome everybody to the Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant action as we bring you the final day of action where we move towards crowning our champions for 2025. We've had 2 days of great action here live from Cabramatta Bowling Club, home of the mighty Bullants, and this afternoon's match will be a bit of a replay from a recent match played. The winner obviously gaining birth into the grand final. And with me from Merrylands Bowling Club, we have 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡. Jack, welcome. First of all, on a personal note, I'd like to congratulate you being the current World Indoor Singles Champion. Brilliant result, but today, different challenge it is, obviously, for Merrylands. Great season to date. Obviously, the last 2 games have been, not the ideal results. But what, as a team, have you discussed out of those? And obviously, what sort of tactics are you going to look to move into today?
I think there's a lot of positives that we've been able to take out of the last 2 games. We haven't completely hit our straps like we have the rest of the season, but we've easily been in both games that we've had here so far. So definitely a few areas to work on, trying to build the heads early and really nail them down. And so, yeah, hopefully we come out firing today.
Yeah, excellent. And obviously, it's not about the ability or the skills, but today it's more about the mindset. All the hard work's been done up until now. So, how are the guys feeling and the squad feeling, and how positive are they going into today?
Really positive, really positive. There's a really good vibe around this group. There has been the whole year, and so we're just so looking forward to getting out here. And it's good. We did all the hard work early on in the season, so we gained ourselves this second chance. So, looking to really capitalise on it today. All
right, Jack. Thank you very much for your time, and all the best in today's match. No worries. Okay, and from Cabramatta, we have Ellen Fife. Welcome, Ellen. Well, Cabramatta, they've really hit their straps recently. We've spoken about it quite a bit. Your final series started in round 11, and Cabramatta have really proven the powerhouse that they are. How confident are you going into today's match?
Yeah, definitely, remaining champions from last year and really looking forward to getting back out there on the main stage, and the greens are looking amazing. So, yeah, I guess going from yesterday, potentially losing and not being here today, but the guys and girls have really pulled up their socks and, shows what sort of club that we're made of.
Yeah, and good point to touch on. And how big of an advantage is it to play at home? Big support, understand the atmosphere. Look, the facilities are sensational. Anyone can play on these greens. But obviously it's all about the atmosphere and the support you get here. How big is that in your charge towards the grand final berth and obviously to try and crown yourselves as champions for this year?
Yeah, no, it's we're very special to be here on our home greens. Everyone says they're the best in Australia, so we'll run with that and to have our home crowd behind us too. So, yeah, very lucky.
All right, well done. Congratulations for getting it this far, and we wish you all the best in today's match. Thank you very much. Well, there we have it, viewers. A big showdown. We have Merrylands Magic up against Cabramatta Bullants as they're both vying for a grand final berth in the match later on this afternoon. And joining me in commentary for this afternoon's grand final qualifier, Andrew Lynn. Welcome, Andrew.
Thanks, Jason. Pleasure to be here. Looking forward to an absolute cracker of a game.
Yeah, this is a big battle of 2 powerhouses. We did see these 2 do battle in a round 11 match, so it'll be an interesting encounter, this one. See what changes they might have employed. That looks like both teams are lining up exactly the same as they did in round 11. Well, sorry, no one change in Merrylands with Natalie Lewis coming in.
Luke Fleming, the unlucky one to miss out. So very capable players. Players about to commence their second trial end.
As we have a look at the final series here, and we can see to date today's match, Club Merrylands up against Cabramatta Bullants. The winner moves through to the grand final against the Warilla Gorillas at 5:30 this afternoon. Plenty to play for here, but if we just have a quick look at the pathways through, Cabramatta, as mentioned quite a few times now, their final series started in round 11. There's a little bit of a chance of them knocking out the top 5, but their momentum has just built and grown since then, and we can see that they have won right through 3 games straight so far, bringing in some brilliant momentum. While Merrylands, top of the table, since they've come to Cabramatta, they lost round 11 to Cabramatta, they did. And then they've gone through and also lost to Warilla. So big task for Merrylands to try and turn their momentum around also, Andrew.
Yeah, well, they won 10 in a row, stumbled in round 11, and then Warilla came out fired up in the last night's major semi-final.
And we see our team list for today, everybody, and on our live stream rink from Merrylands Magic leading up, we have Tony Wood. Second, Jack McShane. Third, Nathan Rice and skipper David Ferguson. And they're doing battle with the Cabramatta Bullants leading up 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗡. Second, Ellen Fife. Third, Gary Willis and skip Nick Cahill. On our middle rink today, we have leading up for Merrylands Sam Nerona. Skip, second, Natalie Lewis. Third, Cody Packer and skip Mason Lewis. And they're up against the Cabramatta rink of lead Jamie Warsnop. Second, Jack Smith. Third, Greg Jeans and skipping is Aaron Wilson. And on our far rink, leading up for Merrylands Magic, Heath Lewis. Second, Peter Harry. I've got to say, Peter was on fire last night.
Sensational.
Third, Sean Thompson and skipper Aaron Sheriff. And they're up against the Cabramatta rink of lead Michael Phillips. Second, Ben Moorthorpe. Third, Karen Murphy and skip Carl Healy. What a battle that is, Sheriff versus Healy. Some good lineups there.
You've got the current Jackaroo up against the recently retired Jackaroo.
No stranger to each other. Teammates on field today. They're doing battle against each other. I've seen them. And last time they met, we mentioned earlier, was round 11 here on Thursday afternoon, where Cabramatta got over the line against Club Merrylands, 57-52. You can see the individual rink scores there. Healy got that narrow win over Sheriff. Cahill went down to Ferguson, but it was definitely the Wilson rink that really pushed Cabramatta to that big board win with a 9-shot victory over Mason Lewis. What do we take out of that match, Andrew?
We take out of that the Bullants were desperate to stake their claims for a final series to be the defending champions, not dropping out before the finals. Merrylands maybe just a little bit relaxed, knowing that they couldn't finish anywhere but first. I know there was a bit of a desire to finish undefeated, and also the knowledge that they could knock the real threats in the Cabramatta Bullants out of the race. But no dire consequences, so this one's more of a do or die effort.
Yes, fully agree with you there. So I think we're going to see a lot more upbeat and intense Merrylands outfit today up against Cabramatta.
The Bullants riding a high. They had a really good win, 66-40 over the Cougars to open their finals campaign. Knocked the Cougars out of the race. Carl Healy had a 21-12 over Jade Bruce. Nick Cahill 26-8 over Wayne Rudiger. And Disco went down 19-20 to Jack Lewis. But they've carried that momentum onto their next game. And the Jets come out of the blocks last night.
Oh, didn't they? What?
The Jets had a 15-16 shot lead early on. You wouldn't know it, though, for the final score of 65-48. The Bullants have just clicked up a gear, powered home. Carl Healy had a 22-16 win over Lee Schreiner. And there would have been a bit of motivation there for Carl, I think, with Lee, current state skipper, current Jackaroo. Fellow Jackaroo, Nick Cahill, got home 21-19 over Peter Taylor, and Aaron Wilson 22-13 over Matty Bouse. So,
yeah, we were trying to keep an eye on that match last night. It was a massive momentum swing, but it's something we've seen Cabramatta do at this venue in the last 2 days. They just know how to click up through the gears when it really matters.
Well, they've won 5 rinks out of 6 in the final series, and the one that they did lose was a 1-shot.
There you go. So,
whereas Merrylands, that round 11 loss, and then come up against Warilla in the major semi last night, 51-66. They got really close at the end, but the Gorillas just seemed to get the knack of getting home. Sheriff had a 22-19 win over Wedlock in a game that finished a long way ahead of the other two. But Aaron Tees powered the Gorillas with a 26-11 victory over Dave Ferguson. And Gary Kelly just 21-18 over Mason Lewis.
Most definitely Aaron Tees rink there really carrying that master ball, but also early in that live stream game, Aaron Sheriff had pretty close to a 13 to 15 shot lead there at one stage, and on the back of 2 6s for Warilla, really brought that masterboard.
And what's my favourite saying? Big numbers hurt.
They do, and they really hurt Merrylands last
Well,
night.
you take those 12 shots off, and all of a sudden there's at 12, there's only 3 the difference.
But as we have seen, put up on the Bowls New South Wales Facebook page, that first 6, what an absolute show it was of precision, world-class lawn bowls, you know.
Would we expect anything else from those players, though?
Absolutely blessed. So here we go, viewers. Action's about to commence. We'll keep an eye on what sort of tactics might be employed early on by these teams.
Tony Wood, Australian Indoor Singles winner as well.
Yes, he was.
2 Australian Indoor Singles winners on the rink for Merrylands.
Most definitely, and Tony Wood did hold the record to be the youngest until recently, where Jack McShane see that
set the world alight. I think
He
is the
did.
phrase you were looking for.
No,
That's
just
a very
watching
good
this
start
play,
from
he's a
Tony.
brilliant start.
Just past Jack Height.
Weight perfect straight away.
𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚, perennial member of the Australian Development Squad.
Well, it's a pretty good start too. They drop them in like that all day, and we're going to be in for one tussle.
I've got to say, once again, conditions here at Cabramatta, pretty close to perfect.
Yep, that's a very good bowl by Tony Wood. Brilliant. And look, straight away we're seeing...
In behind.
Yeah, straight in behind, getting those back bowls in behind. We've seen it a lot in the last 2 days, where the teams that have just dropped short have been the ones that have really struggled and suffered, whereas the teams that have finished behind, if they haven't drawn the shot they finished behind, have been able to capitalise.
Well, they give the players that come after them, they give them the chance to play shots.
Most definitely, and I think in that match the other day, Merrylands versus Cabramatta, that was the Achilles heel, where Merrylands just didn't have the bowls in the right areas, and Cabra were able to capitalise on that. So,
how good does this green look?
oh,
Credit to the green staff here, Benny Moorthorpe, Jaden Gebby and Billy Waite. I know Benny takes a great deal of pride in the surface that they prepare. Just a nice pace now with a couple of fine days. Predicted to get to about 20 degrees here today.
5. That's a very good bowl there by Ellen.
Very light breeze. Hopefully that's the ingredients for some absolute sensational bowls.
Well, players of this quality with these facilities and conditions, we'd expect nothing less. We see Jack McShane now. He's on a very good line.
So he'll sit and stay.
Great bowl there by Jack McShane. You probably, I don't know if you can hear through our microphones, there's a big contingent of Cabra supporters there, and already N1 there. Vocal cords are well and truly turned up. Okay, Ellen now. Bad path there, edge off of that. Slips through, but finishes in a good home. So, definitely one to Merrylands. Possible too. Plenty at stake here today, viewers. Winner of this match will go through to the grand final. Opportunity to be crowned 2024-25 TAB Platinum Pennant champions. See, this one looks just a little bit tight, that does. As we know, Cabramatta Bullants, defending champions. And on their home deck, going to be a very formidable team.
Oh, Warilla, first side to book their place in the final. Back-to-back finals for the Gorillas.
Definitely, as we see this one from Gary Willis. He's pointed very, very well. Get right back down to 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗡 bowl. He has. Gary Willis, our national coach, practices what he preaches, doesn't he?
He does. He's also pretty experienced at the international level himself.
Most definitely. Nathan Rice on a better line here. Let's just turn that Gary Willis bowl right over to in behind the jack. So
Gary, of course, former ACT player. And he was when ACT had a golden age. There was an Australian five-side. ACT won that. Had Gary in that side. And Johnny 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗅, who also played for New South Wales. Oddly enough, at Merrylands.
Gary just a little bit underline here. Well, that's all right. He got off the Merrylands bowl there. Back in for maybe 2 shots now back to Cabra. Definitely one.
I reckon David Ferguson will be fired up too. He would not have enjoyed having a fairly substantial loss guarantees last night. A very competitive player. He'd be really keen to come out and stamp his authority on this game early.
Well, he's playing the backhand, forehand here. It's underneath that for the jack. He's close here, David Ferguson, and there we go. Well,
it's gone straight to Ellen Fife's bowl.
Straight to Ellen Fife. Great bowl though by David Ferguson. A little bit unlucky with the final result, but well executed.
The second shot's the one just on the centre line behind. That's Tony Wood.
It's just made it a bit harder now. That path to the jack is a bit harder for Merrylands now. So big chance here. Nick Hay, who will get down into that port. Well, does he get right in under?
Just a fraction wide.
Just a fraction wide. So it's still on down there for David, unless he can see that forehand. But that's a very tight gap through there, isn't it?
Oh,
looking at it.
Tough ask either hand here.
Well, it sure is.
I think that's one of the things too. Nick would have been very conscious not to leave anything jack high.
Yeah, how many times have we seen, especially at this level, you know, we consider good bowls, you know, but they've just finished either side of jack and they look good. Unfortunately, it creates a bigger target for the players coming behind them. 9 times out of 10 at this level.
The eyes light up, thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's sort of like rolling out the red carpet and giving them the gilt-edged invitation.
So it looks like a swap of hands here for David.
Backhand.
Well, he looks on a positive line here. Well, he's coming across right into the head there. No change. I believe it's currently 1 to Cabramatta, so
I think he might have been just looking to try and get 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗡𝗅's bowl square straight up onto the shot with that one. Nick, he'll just try and squeeze through the hole. Get close enough to count.
well,
Safe line.
yeah, no damage there. So 1 shot in the opening end to Cabramatta.
Two ends completed. 3-1. Furthest across Merrylands rink scored a 3. Sheriff. According to our big board anyway. Hopefully that's right.
Well, plenty of stars in action out here on the green today, and not too many bigger ones than Aaron Sheriff out there. He'll be pumped for today's match, Aaron Sheriff. He's ultimate competitor.
Loves the big occasion.
exactly right. We've seen him perform at that level so many times. I've mentioned it before. That last bowl in the Australian Open singles last year.
What you got, Tiger?
One of the best shots you'll ever see. 𝗣𝗚𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡 now.
Cabra. Not quite T to T, but not far off it.
Well, he's pointed this very well. Good adjustment here, 𝗣𝗚𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡. Great setup. Tony Wood's following this up. Looks excited. Much better weight there. He's very interested in that most of the way down. And
I think this is a good line from Ellen. Just going to not quite come back all the way, but wow, what a bowl.
brilliant bowl. Just have a look at this rink, Andrew. Leading up, 𝗣𝗚𝗡𝗡𝗡, development squad member. Tony Wood, Australian indoor singles champion. Second, 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡, Commonwealth Games gold medalist. Jack McShane, world indoor singles champion. Now,
Gary Willis, former 𝗟𝗓𝗡, national coach. Nathan Rice.
well, household name, Nathan Rice. Well, Jack McShane, very well weighted. Good effort. Move into the skippers, Nick Cahill.
Current 𝗟𝗓𝗡 squad.
Dave Ferguson, well, won everything, done everything at that state level. 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡 now.
Made the 𝗟𝗓𝗡's development squad a few times.
It's a who's who of bowls here.
Fergo's won champion singles, a state pairs, champion pairs. I don't know about the triples, and I'm pretty sure he was at when he was at St Johnny's. He was a member of the team on the state
Jack
tours.
McShane, great bowl. Great adjustment. That's all he needed to do there, was just a slight adjustment of line.
Make it look easy, don't they?
They sure do. Playing conditions here today, absolutely brilliant. A little bit overcast, no rain predicted, but temperatures ideal. Play comfort level will be an all-time high.
A little bit of overcast, probably a good thing. Not going to get as badly sunburned.
This is true. Carry there. A little underline.
Well, one of us has got the hat on.
Well, very well weighted though, so
We are under a shade structure though.
we are. Nathan Rice now on the mat. Just looking to draw down there. See, get right onto this Jack here. If he navigates that front one, he's just got up and over that bowl. It's a Tony Wood bowl.
He
Merrylands.
another second shot, I think, actually. There. Gary just wants to get underneath that Nathan Rice bowl. He's underneath.
He looks a little tighter than his first one, so. Well, he give it a bit more weight, so he might have thought it would have held. He won there. Just put in the memory bank for later on.
I think Nathan Rice might be just going for a little bit of cover here.
Yeah, we can see there at the back the Cabra bowls. They're on the left, the Gary Willis bowl.
just pushed a little too far. And Dave Ferguson was actually indicating a spot back near the ditch.
Well, early days, it's 4-all after 4. Well, this one looks a little tight too, so we're seeing, even with weight down there, there's a little bit of turn, but he's up. Well, the Merrylands bowl, that's a definite 2 now. Probably was before, but he's just sat through the 𝗟𝗚𝗡 Cabramatta bowl there. Nick has, so I think for Dave, he's probably just going to look to draw and try and get another one in here and put some number pressure on. Does get the last say on this end, David will.
Last bowl can be a huge advantage.
Does he get all the way down, Andrew? He's trying hard here. He's trying very hard. David Ferguson, I think he's in for 3.
Yep.
But that bowl can be used. We see this on the replay. Very good bowl. Definite 3 shots, but is it just created a slightly wider target now for Nick if he's looking at pushing into this head. That bowl can be used.
Weight.
He hasn't got
either hand, actually.
Well, he's lining up. See some good weight here. Very good weight. No, a little bit of a false start there. Looks like he might have had a little slip off the end of the mat there.
He's taking his time to reset.
Yeah, most definitely. Here we go. Nice and positive here, Nick. How's he going? He's in a good area. Oh, he's got the jack. Does it go all the way out?
Yep, dead end.
It has, yes. That's a dead end. That's a very good result. Staring a tree down. If he misses that, you know, David Ferguson had a chance for drawing for a multiple, but...
Interesting. Just 1 bowl left, and they've said, no, we'll throw him back down to where he came from. Because dead ends are replayed in the same direction, unless agreed to by both skips that it'll be played in the opposite. So obviously there is a feeling from one of the teams that they have an advantage in playing in this same direction again. The mat not moved. Jack is going to end up pretty much at the tee again. So we're probably 10 centimetres shorter than last end. I'm guessing this rink probably around the 37 metres, the green in dimension. It's usually the average in Australia, so we're probably just under the 33 metre mark for the length of Jack. Happy to be corrected if someone's got a measurement on the exact size of this green. I'm betting they don't. Both leads just up to the back of the ring.
Well, that's... We've touched on a lot. You know, if they're missing, that's where you want to be missing, in behind. Slight adjustment here. Just want this to run up. Yeah, that's a pretty good bowl. It's in that effective area. first part. Line's good. Looks like he's travelling through again. It's okay because I really, obviously, really like the intention. He wants his bowls to be up. And then Fife now. Hold all the way down here. That's a very, very good bowl. Said we'll visually create a bigger target though.
Be just enough of a gap though to mean that it's still got a draw. Although it'd be stiff to go through that gap and not get contact with something.
Shane coming down. Oh, great. Great effort.
Good home.
Yeah, very good home there. Weight control already is impeccable. You wouldn't expect anything less at this stage of the competition. So Ellen would love to get back right onto this jack. Well, and finishes a great home. That's 2 shots there to Cabramatta. Shane, very deliberate setup. Does it every single time though, and that is key to consistency. See here, slight adjustment. Jack McShane, does he get all the way down for the jack? Oh, he got a slide of it, but done very well there. There's only one down now. He's got a couple in behind there now, ready to catch.
Oh, Gary Willis is going to have to try and cover those two. Almost think you play a delicate draw in the forehand, try and just draw a counter, but draw a counter between the jack and those 2 Jack McShane bowls. We've got to stop having Jack McShane on the live stream simply because we call Jack by his name and the little white ball, Jack as well. I know which one you're talking about.
This one's just a little bit wide. Heard a big call out there from the crowd as they look across the middle ring. Greg Jeans has played a brilliant bowl. Jack in the pit. Cabra getting their crowd into this match already, nice and early. Nathan Price now. Still a little runny. Every chance though. Finished good home.
Well, I think he was trying to reach, just
well, he has to
get a little contact on Ellen's bowl.
Well played, Cody. Cody. Yeah, you draw that touch, mate. Okay.
Stay up now. Well,
good home.
It is a good home.
Say that plenty of times though, don't we? Nathan Rice looks to be on a better line this time.
Is he going to get back hard enough? Is he? He is close. Nathan Rice, what a bowl.
Turns it through, made 2. Probably just the 2.
See this on the replay. Played a similar line, just back that weight off, allowed it to turn back in.
What immaculate though, to just get the right line to turn Ellen Ryan through without moving that jack. Nick, not wasting any time at all.
Looking to turn over the Nathan Rice bowl.
Not too far away.
It's very close here. Does he get all the way down? He does. Oh, it doesn't quite go far enough.
Well, maybe 3 down now.
Maybe 3 down too. But what he's done is change the look of it at the front and probably got a bigger target there to get a good result.
Depending on what's at the back, I think Ferguson here, he can play his backhand, try and reach Ellen Ryan's bowl. just wants to get inside. So the bowler, Gary's out to the left.
Just going to swing past.
It's not quite there.
Well, visually, though, that's a little bit of a nuisance there for Nick Cahill. Like, there was a good port on that forehand with some weight for him, but
Just gets in the way.
it does, and some good discussions going on now. What option is best?
He's going to back himself to hit it, I wonder.
Nick Cahill now. Like he's lining up with some pretty good weight here. Let's go, Nick Cahill. Well, he's just got to get under that front one. He is close. What's going to happen? Well, he's cleared a few out, so
Just the one down now.
just the one down. See this. Just went got it a little bit too fat. If he gets it slightly other side, he gets some movement of Jack, but got himself a very good result.
Cut 2 out.
3 down to 2 down.
Cut 2 out, you've done your job.
Most definitely.
David Ferguson just needs to beat Nick's bowl out to the left of screen there.
Yeah. He gets down, but just well, he can get in off of that. Did he flop back enough? Didn't quite see the indication there. So Merrylands first control of the mat. And somewhat shorter length they are. Tony Wood. Good start, finishing in about a metre behind.
Was 2.
Prideaux now. Get this right down to the jack. Good weight. And Tony Wood now lead for Merrylands. He's trying to lose a couple of foot of weight. Still wants to obviously reach, and that's a great bowl.
Very good correction.
Front toucher. Backward, perfect lead bowling. As we see 𝗣𝗟𝗘𝗚 now on the mat, lead for Cabramatta. And a pretty good line. Just a matter if he's up now. Slightly underdone there. Jack Machine just simply looking to draw down. See Jack Machine here second. Looking to draw down, beat that wide bowl there. It's just behind of 𝗣𝗟𝗘𝗚.
I reckon he wouldn't mind even getting a little edge of that 𝗣𝗟𝗘𝗚 bowl, just running him right back to the centre line. Just take away any shelf.
Well, just got to run this a little bit under. Early days, 6, 7, 8 we've got on the scoreboard.
You can count.
Alan Fife now.
Needs to run it onto the shot bowl. Got it perfectly.
Great bowl.
Oh, might still be one down.
Could be, but what a result to open that back up.
All of a sudden you can see the jack.
look at this level. Any track straight to the jack and they can see it visually.
Helps.
Pretty big target for the players at this level. 𝗣𝗥𝗡𝗟𝗡 now just looking to replace. That wants to get under his own here. Well, he adjusted with a lot better weight. Got his own up, so got a result.
I think he's shot.
I think he is too. Just looking for a little bit of a drag of this jack. Just underdone with the line there. Wouldn't be surprised to see Nathan Rice look for a similar sort of shot as he passed that blue bowl behind. There's Merrylands bowl sitting there. At this level, jacks are constantly moving around and big advantage to get to it first.
Well, it's a tight line.
It's a tight line. Just doesn't have the weight though.
Well, chance here for Gary Willis just to turn over his teammates' bowls. A little positive. Get slight touch on that jack, it goes straight back to Ellen.
Well, interested in this line. Very interested. Does he get all the way down? Does he get all the way down? He does. Gary Willis has just drawn it.
Well, here's the chance for Merrylands to play 3 feet, 4 feet away.
On the replay. Very well down by Gary Willis. Stops in there. See Nathan Rice now. A lot more positive. Well, he's up and through the 𝗣𝗥𝗡𝗟𝗡 bowl.
It's not too bad a result.
Still one, but... See here, even Nick's still asking him to look for some movement of the jack.
Well, he can sit on that bowl that was pushed up by Nathan Rice and run in, or a little trail of that jack around the corner beats the opponents to it.
Well, he's pointed very well again here, Gary Willis. Has he got the run? Has he got the run? Well, that's pretty good.
Just short enough to not be a help.
That's exactly right. So Dave Ferguson here. Maybe playing with some good weight up and through there, trying to turn. Well, hang on, he's having a bit of a look on the backhand now. Cabra up and at him this morning, the crowd is. Seen that signature leap in the air by Aaron Wilson in the middle. Sat out one of the Merrylands bowls to get a result.
Usually indicates he's pretty happy.
Yeah.
Ferguson, he's going to play the forehand. I reckon he might be just looking to get to the outside bowl and get a little scrape and go in.
Well, he's looking for this port as well. Oh, yes, he's
Done
got the
well.
result. Good bowl there, David Ferguson. Yeah, he's got the shot out of that. Nick Cahill now. Well, I think he'll be looking forward to be looking for a little bit of a movement of jack backwards himself. He's got that Gary Willis bowl just in behind. If he's underneath, he can actually sit out on the inside of David Ferguson. Just got to get down from there now. He can use that bowl in off of that. Ooh. There's a good little wall sitting there now.
Fraction wide, yeah. There is a chance now. I think Nick can play 4 feet of weight to his own bowl. If he gets the outside and onto his own, or just cannon into the side of Tony Wood's bowl, push it sideways, I reckon it'll come off that wall and go into the jack. Fergo, he's going to have to try and draw that forehand side, get a little touch and take that away.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, he's getting here with some Pretty good one. Edge of that and across on the... Oh, he's actually gone right through a hole. That's not a bad spot, though, Andrew, because there's now 2 Merrylands bowls out that way.
Yep.
Should Nick Cahill happen to push it right through, there's a few there counting, so it's really going to change the weight that Nick wants to play here. It's currently... He could be 2 down, actually, on this now, but...
Well, there's a few options here.
There is.
That's not one of them.
The indication was... Didn't quite see it.
Non-existent. They knew what it was, so they've just charged off. Putting it in the phone though, so we'll get an update in just a second or two.
Well, it was 2 to David Ferguson. 4-1 now on this ring. So Aaron Wilson 6-0 against Mason Lewis. Aaron Sheriff 5-1 up against Carl Healy.
Well played, Tyke.
It's a great opening bowl by Tony Wood.
I feel there's a dad joke there. Who'd draw a great lead bowl? Tony would.
𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚, first one just a bit over, but again, wanting to give him chances and wanting to not put anything short. I think this front hand battle is going to be a big decider in the determination of the result of this rink in particular, but also the other 2 rinks. We know both teams have the back ends. There is no 2 ways about that. They do have the front ends too, but which front end can dominate?
I don't really think either side gains or loses much on paper. I think it's who produces it out on the green.
That's exactly right. Yeah, 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚, what a response.
As you look at the front ends, Michael Phillips for the Bullants against Heath Lewis. You'd probably favour Heath Lewis as the better option there. Michael Phillips, of course, former state junior representative, state under 25. Heath Lewis, no state representation, but he's won a lot of state championships.
Yeah, and I tell you, in amongst a lot of players, he's very popular.
He's very reliable.
That's right, and that's why they love Heath. You know you're going to get...
Of course, our ring, Tony Wood.
See Ellen Fife get right down here to the jack. Great shooting, Ellen Fife.
Tony Wood and 𝗣𝗟𝗚𝗚. Not a struck match there either. And then you've got Sam Nerona, who won the state champion of champion singles on these greens a couple of years ago, up against our current jackaroo, Jamie Lee Wasnop. So,
Jack, does he get right up to this? Well, pretty good effort. 2 shots sitting there at the moment to Cabra.
You try and cover out here. Between the tee and the ditch is great.
You can see Nick Cahill's just calling for a little bit of cover around the back. See with that setup on that head at the moment. There's only one way that Jack will go. Out to that side. Allen's just let on a little bit too much. Lost it into the ditch.
think it's going to get back quickly enough.
Right. Every chance, didn't he?
I think so, mate. Yeah,
Imagine Gary's probably going to play that cover bowl maybe that Nick asked Ellen to do previously. Just to put in that little bit of insurance at the back.
Well, don't give your opponents too much of a chance to capitalise on position.
Well, first bit's right.
I go more hunting out of it, mate. Get both balls or you get the jack.
Yes, Gary Willis finished in. Very nice home there.
It's always a balance between what do I
Nathan
do?
Rice going bigger this time.
Pretty close.
He is close. Comes down. Contact. Wow, great bowl. Nathan Rice gets them both out. 2 shots now to Merrylands. See this on the replay. Got that bowl absolutely perfect. No jack movement. Gary now just back to the full draw, right down to the jack. Try and wrestle this shot back. He's pointed this really well too. He's kitted up though. Just short. Shy. I say it's a wonderful setup here. We've got at Cabramatta, sensational greens, great viewing areas. Let's see for today's match and this evening's match. A bit of a spectator setup down the middle of the green and put some matting down to allow more spectators get in and around this. Wow, see a big Merrylands cheer over there on the middle ring. Mason Lewis has played big bowl. Looks like it could be 3 to Merrylands, so pretty important one there as he's down 6-0. There was a 3 to Merrylands.
It's that cool edge on that breeze now too.
There is actually. I'm starting to look for me jacket myself.
One's locked in a band about 30 metres away.
One's just over the back, so Nick Cahill now. He's just looking to draw this jack. 2 down. Well, he navigates that.
Crashes into Gary Willis.
Does.
Well, I don't think he'd quite got there anyway.
Might have done enough for second if he cleared it, but
Yeah, mate, good shot. That counts there.
let's see. I mentioned this yesterday, Andrew. We're seeing this more and more where players are using their feet to indicate a spot more and more these days than what we're used to seeing.
Oh, played, Fergie.
That's pull up. Well, I think he has. He's done enough for 3 shots there. Dave Ferguson, good bowl. I guess as the skill levels are rising with our players, they're so more specific with not just areas, but actual spots to finish it for a bowl to stop.
Yeah.
Being a lot more precise rather than being within that foot. They want it exactly right here on where my toe is. So Cahill is going positive. Looking down there for the jack. Does he hold down to it? Oh, he just got the edge off the front, so that'll be a pick-up for Merrylands. 3 shots, I believe.
Again, no real indication. Have to train these fellas, won't we?
Yeah, well, look, they're in the heat of battle, going for a
Well, the
grand
other thing
final
is
spot.
they all know what it was.
They do know, that's right. We need to employ our own markers out there on the sideline to do the indication. What do you reckon, Andrew?
They're with the paddle.
Especially just for live stream rink anyway. I reckon you'd look good walking up and down the green with some paddles. Maybe we do. Well, maybe we give that job to DJ.
I'm not sure either of us have got the head to be on that side of the camera.
Yeah, DJ, unfortunately not able to join us today. Has some commitments at his own club with a bit of a Pennant party. Been a very successful season. We see this opening bowl from Tony Wood. Very successful season there at Maitland City. Flag unfurling today.
They're going for an early celebration with the flag unfurlings. Why not wait until after the state finals? You do it beforehand, you're almost saying, well, yeah, we might not get one, so we'll do them now.
Well, maybe they like to do a few flag unfurlings, so I think it's good that...
A party for your local stuff.
Not only that, sometimes, you know, we do know how busy our events calendar is. It might have just been an available time to get it in, so...
Well, it also might be a good chance to get people together and get them in the mood for a state final.
Tony Woods, very well pointed again. That's great opening bowls.
They're both short, but that's not short.
No.
Take a good bowl to beat it. And the overcast is disappearing again. We get the sun come out.
That's a very good home. Good set up, 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗟𝗏. Got those catches in behind. Looking, Dave Ferguson will be wanting some position in behind now. As we know, I imagine there's going to be some contact on those front bowls at some stage.
Apparently we've played 84 ends.
Yeah, Jack, good home, well done. Let's just split those two 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗟𝗏 bowls there up.
I think somebody might have bumped the wrong button on the scoreboard controller. There we go, 714. Jaden fixed it just by looking at it.
Alan Fife now. And with a couple of feet through, looking for contact.
Good weight.
Very good weight. Look, that's set up there. There's a good chance that Jack's going straight back to those two Cabra bowls. Jack Michaud now probably just want to drop a foot of weight and get right down to the 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗟𝗏 bowl there.
Well, I know some of the people that I play with would be going, why aren't you just drawing to the jack, build it up? Because
at this level,
you don't want to make a target. What you really want to do is give yourself a chance to score. And in this sort of company, you build 6 around the head. It usually means you're giving the opportunity for your opponent to pick up a 6 somewhere else.
This is true.
And they're good enough to play the shot even when they're 6 down.
And again, good weight, just slipped in underneath. Not a bad position really over there, Andrew. There's a chance it can actually push to that side of the rink.
Oh, yeah. Nathan Rice.
Nathan's looking for that position. Well, he's finishing a great spot.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Go, Magic.
This is on the right line. Gary Willis gets right down to this head. Not bad. He's actually fattened that target up a little bit.
We did have someone in the office make probably the worst joke about where bowlers should play. We were having a discussion in the office about which clubs were going to pick up which marquees for the Platinum season. And the comment then was, it's a pity they're not in because Nathan Rice, a perfect club for him to go to would be Curry.
Big call out in the middle. Greg Jeans played a big bowl. Gary Willis now. He's close. Gary Willis, get down, get contact. He does.
Straight to Nathan Rice's bowl.
Yeah.
Perfectly positioned.
See this on the replay. He had to give it every chance, but there is a clear path to the jack now.
A nice little backhand run down there.
Most definitely. maybe one down. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 bowling behind there. The 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡 blue bowl just in behind there. And
I wonder if David Ferguson deliberately plays on a tight draw line with a foot or two.
I think so.
Looking for Nathan Ross's bowl. Can also get the inside of 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗓 and run onto it.
Well, he's just got to get back down now. He's very close here. No jack. Oh, he's just got some jack, but that's okay.
Oh, that's Ellen Ryan's bowl. It'll
Ellen
count.
Fife bowl.
Oh, yep.
It is. So it is one now to Cabra. See that? A little bit unfortunate. Gets under a little bit more and he gets that bowl without any jack. KL now just looking to add another one in here. He's very close to doing it too. Push up now. Yeah, that's enough for two. About 15 inches, 18 inches maybe.
Just leaves the opportunity here though for Dave Ferguson. Backhand draw with confidence. Get a little touch of that jack on that backhand side. Knock it back 5 centimetres. You'd be holding to. The good thing there is you can play the weight that if he doesn't get the jack, he'll stop for shot.
That's exactly right.
And stop in behind the two bowls that currently count.
Well,
just pushed it.
He did, and I guess he didn't want to land into any of them. He actually had a really good line, didn't he?
Yeah, well, they already count, so it wouldn't matter if you hit them.
Look already, Aaron Sheriff jumped out to a 10-2 lead over Carl Healy. It's pretty big. 20-9 now on the big board. So Merrylands have come out to play after a couple of losses since they've been here. Been the standout team all season. First 10 rounds undefeated. So it looks like 2 shots there to Cabra. Standout team all season, undefeated over 10 rounds and lost round 11 to Cabramatta. It's the finals match.
𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗓.
So I guess that's the advantage of getting that minor premiership, and you get a round off plus second bite of the cherry.
Is the round off a big advantage?
Well, it's been discussed.
Well, I think
there's
the answer is
against.
Possibly.
There's for and against for it, yeah.
I don't think 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡 had any big advantage as far as the green conditions went by playing afternoon and evening. Saw a bit of dew come in, speed dropped.
I was looking at this one intently.
𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡 may have had an advantage by having played the previous evening.
Well, true. Understand what the conditions are like. But going from the 1 o'clock time slot to the 5:30, conditions are completely different.
They're even different in the commentary box. No way in the world at 5:30 I'll be here with no jacket on. Pretty well down from Tony Wood, just flops on the inside of Bowie's bowl. Doesn't change any shot. Bowie will just still continue to try and plop one here. Might even try and add 8 to 10 inches on his previous bowl. 20 to 30 centimetres at the most. No, that's
It's close.
not quite the best
That's
translation.
a great shoot by 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡.
Toucher.
Brilliant. Toucher.
Not sitting right on it either. You're actually, at this level, much better off to not be right against the jack. Because if you're right against the jack, someone's going to just tap you on the back and that'll spit the jack backwards. Tony Wood wants this to run.
Just pulled
It's
up.
the same as his previous.
Welcome to our viewers joining us today. Good to see a few of yous on having a chat. Edward Toe, Vince Calabrese, he's a regular viewer. Welcome all. Boss War Eagle from the USA is tuning in. It's great to see that we're getting out there across the world. Ellen Fife there. We want to be just that bowl wider and get that turn.
Fire! Get that! Even Tony, mate. You just go get it.
McShane now. Well, looks like he's going pretty solid here, Andrew. And he is. Well, gets down. He's on the... What's going to happen? He's just got it fatten through.
Well, I'm disappointed you didn't criticise my
Same idea, mate.
office.
The target there.
Somebody made the office pun that Nathan Rice would be the best suit to go to Curry as a marquee if they were in, because Rice and Curry go so well together.
Oh, my God.
I did say it was the worst ever pun.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I think he's pretty happy at Merrylands. I think they're pretty happy with him as well.
Great shooting there. Ellen Fife finishing in a great home just behind.
Super.
Yep. Welcome, Troy Brown. Good to see you on again. Third day in a row. Afternoon, Andrew and Jason. Do you have a volunteer in mind you have come across that goes above and beyond for the advancement of bowls?
Plenty.
It's a very hard one to answer. Exactly. They do have a lot of great volunteers out there. Okay, Jack McShane now lining up again. So he's going big again.
Well, that would tie in with...
Well, he's on a better line here. Jack McShane split through. Good bowl. What he's done is now open up some room for Merrylands to get to it. See this here. Got that split through. Come through onto the shot bowl. Pushing the Jack through. There's 2 shots there still to Cabramatta, but open up the room there for the draw shot. More chance now. Well, Andrew, crowd's starting to build up a bit on the sidelines too. Willis watching this one intently. Gets down through that hole. He has. Pull up now. Oh, he did. Gary Willis, great shot. Similar situation here for Nathan Rice. Just looking to draw the shot here. It's all down to his weight. Yeah, just underdone.
Well, if you do know of someone who you think is a standout volunteer in New South Wales, keep an eye on the Bowls New South Wales website and socials. It won't be too long and the nominations for the Bowls New South Wales Player Awards will be up.
Whoa.
Just going to go through where we do recognise the volunteers throughout the state. Peter Jarrett at Alstonville. Chair of the Alstonville Volunteer Mafia, isn't it? Was named our Volunteer of the Year.
Well, Nathan Rice just wants to run this a bit more. He has. Great shot, Nathan Rice.
We've also had a post, it's probably been lost a bit in the plethora of posts that we've put through over the last week or so, where the chairman of our State Umpires Committee has been named a finalist for the Community Official of the Year, the 2025 Sport New South Wales Community Sports Awards. And I know Alan does a mountain of volunteer work in the officiating scope.
Okay. Nick Cayley, he will be positive at this. Jack back and into the ditch will be brilliant for him. Got that Gary Willis bowl just sitting back there ready to catch. He's only one down, so options there to chip Nathan Rice out, get to the Jack.
Some players will be looking at, well, why aren't you trying to draw? You know, you're down. Well, you play what you feel is the best percentage, your best chance of scoring, best chance of a good result. And the top coaches say there is no wrong shot. There might be some better choices sometimes, but you need to play what shot you feel you can play.
Where's David going to finish here?
It's got a scrape.
Well, it's probably made that target a little bit more difficult for Nick, and he's going to go up and have a look now. It has made that a little bit more difficult to navigate, that has.
It's apt that Troy Brown's asking about volunteers because his club, along with Claire, his wonderful wife,
He's better half.
certainly better half. Got the brains and the beauty of that partnership she has. Their club has got a number of people who go above and beyond, as West Dubbo.
Nick Cahill going pretty positive here on the backhand. He'll navigate that front bit one. He has. Up and through that. He's looking for the follow through.
Didn't get it.
Pretty well executed.
Hands on the head, he thought he was close.
Yep, sure did.
He pressed a little backwards walk too, stopped just before the ditch.
That's one shot here to Merrylands, David Ferguson.
Well, this is not quite a free kick, but it's not far off it.
Yeah, well, I think at this level it is.
He probably should have got in there.
So it's one there to Merrylands. And Masterboard is wow early on, 26-11 after 20 ends. We spoke about it pre-match, Andrew, and as well as last night. What was Merrylands going to do to try and really halt this steam train of momentum that Cabramatta have got? And, well, they've come out with a game plan and they're executing well. And they've taken that early crowd support nearly out of the equation. They've gone really quiet on the sidelines.
They haven't had too much to cheer. The Magic have been the ones making the running.
Look at that. Sheriff Rink is the one that's really pushing this Masterboard. And Fergie's chiming in here. His ring is Lewis and Wilson. Well, Aaron Wilson jumped out to a fly there, but Mason Lewis, their rink has fought back well, back to 6-all, and Tony Wood, great start.
Well, Mason Lewis, a few years ago, I was streaming a test series against Queensland with Mozzie leading, and he played what I consider to be the best game of lead bowls I've ever seen. And that's a pretty big call. Playing at Raymond Terrace, he just all day on it, just behind, on it, just behind. If he played two short bowls out of 42, or a few more, they might have killed one. That would have been it. The rest of the time, they were right there. That's two good ones from Tiger, Tony Wood.
Yep, happy with that.
He got the nickname Tiger T. Wood. About the time the famous golfer was, well, unbeatable.
Lepredo, he's adjusted very well here. It's all the way back down. Great shot.
Jack.
What a shot there. What a reply. Jack McShane. We see Lepredo come down with a brilliant bowl. Jack McShane come back with the answer. Little trail, 2 now there to Merrylands. Pretty well set up for him with Jack movement at this stage. It is only early, but
He's a bit of a different player from the about 10-year-old kid that qualified for the rookies finals, I'll say 10 years ago, give or take. It's probably about 8 or 9, but yeah. He was a very good junior, but has become a superb since graduating from the junior ranks. Just seemed to really knuckle down and lift his game since graduating from those ranks.
Hurry, Ellen.
Well, Ellen's got Jack's bowl onto the Jack. Unfortunately for Ellen, the Jack has pushed through and sat next to the Jack bowl.
Oh, that's better. Just had to get the jacket on that wind. Well, it's not a wind, it's a slight breeze.
Slightly cool.
A bit more than slightly cool. Okay, now. Nathan Rice really wants to add another one in here. Push through under that gap there.
Come on, mate. There you go, mate. Get it in.
Well, going to have a run here. Going to try and pot the Jack.
Oh, you imagine. Target just through them two bowls. Gets through them two bowls. He's very close. Gary.
Even if you hit one of the bowls, you'll get rid of one of the shots.
Well, does he get through? He does. Gary Willis gets the Jack all the way through. Brilliant shot. Cabra up and about with that shot. You see this on the replay. It's all the way down. Unfortunate to get the edge of it, but...
Well, could that just be a little spark that kicks Cabra along?
I must say, Gary Willis has probably been a standout player for Cabra on this ring so far.
Come on, mate. You only got a pass left. Last one. Clear bow by 3 feet. You're in. Jack under the number, mate. Sorry. Little mark.
Gary just checking where the Jack was. Couldn't quite see the marker right under the rink marker.
Okay, see how he goes with this from drive to draw. It's a skill that we see practiced very, very often.
Just a bit quick.
Just a little bit, but what a great bowl. First up, it was starting to look a little bit ugly there again for Cabramatta, and Gary Willis has come up with an answer. Masterboard, 26-11 after 20.
They're closer than they were in the early stages against Raymond Terrace last night.
Well, here we go. Cabra crowd are slowly getting back into this. Some big bowls being played.
Biggie.
David Ferguson. Just got to stop now. David Ferguson, he pulls up. Brilliant bowl. That is sensational.
You don't get much better than that.
And, well, not easy. You're not beating that on the draw, Andrew. Nick probably has to find a way of navigating through to sit it. Looks like he's lined up his forehand. Trying to get down through their support. Oh, he's just pulled that fairly narrow. What's going to happen, though? Anything can happen in there. Not a lot.
Cleared a little bit of a path, though.
Well, just playing with that weight, there's still only the one path on, really, isn't there? Ferguson looking to repeat similar. Probably wanting to leave a bit of a gap. He wants to get the second shot as well.
He'd probably want to be a foot further away.
Yeah.
You going here, Ferg?
You know, if Nick does get that
Fergie.
first one, well, I've got a second one there as well. Navigates that.
That'll do.
Gets that up and over.
Actually, that's near perfect because it's
Well, there is
close to 2.
Gary Willis bowl in the ditch. Pretty close to 2 shots there.
Hard to tell from any of the views we've got. The question is he going to try and... Do you think they've got second to try and then just whack the shot bowl?
Well, that's the question. It is
He's going for both
changing
of them.
hands. There is an opportunity for both. How's he looking? Well, that up and in there, that was no change, so... Right here next to the players, and we still didn't get an indication that's 1 or 2, so I'm going to assume 2. 10-3 now, so...
See the score between Sheriff and Healy. Sheriff has just bashed his way out to a 15-2 lead.
Merrylands are just on fire on that ring. Sean Thompson. A very precise bowl down through a gap to sit the shot bowl, and Merrylands are probably holding close to 3 shots there now.
Tomo plays those shots really well. Seen that. He won the state pairs and fours with Jack and Peter Harry with the fours.
Well, how's
Years
the run?
ago.
Just got to get this up now. He has 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗟𝗏. Brilliant. It's what the Cabramatta guys want to see more of. And look, scoreline 31-12. Merrylands in front. Cabramatta, they will not go away, and we've seen that so far. We saw last night against Raymond Terrace, it was something like 21-7 down or something at one stage. Plenty of tickery, Cabra. They know how to move up through the gears when it's needed. So,
Merrylands just got to fight that off for the next 10 ends or so.
yep.
If they can build that lead a bit higher by the time we get to the halfway point.
Or even hold it, Andrew. You know. But right, definitely, if they can build.
Well, build, I think, is the key.
Oh, that's a good outcome there from 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗟. Just flopped his bowl down, finished behind, and now he's got position. He's got shot and good position there.
So they only hold it for the next few ends. Cabra will feel like they're just clawing back the momentum.
That's true.
They'll feel like they're going forwards rather than being pushed further backwards.
See a lot more intensity today in this Merrylands team. A lot more focus from their previous match against Cabra. Oh, Carl Healy's played a big bowl over there. Crowd's up.
The thing is, you know you're going to be minor premiers. You come into the last round, maybe the concentration's not quite 100%. Then you move into the next game where you know you've got a second bite. You did beat the team you're playing in the rounds. They feel, you know what, we've got this. So you just don't go in with that same intensity. Nothing deliberate. It's just you're not quite switched on. They know Merrylands here that they slip now, they're gone. That's it, the season's gone, and the first 10 rounds of victories mean nothing. Well, nothing much. Look at the, even in the NRL, who really cares who's minor premiers?
Yeah, good aim there by Jack. Wrestled back the position behind the head there now to Merrylands. So what we're seeing is that Merrylands really giving themselves opportunities every single end, aren't they, to score. Well, Carlos has played another big bowl over there. That looked like a handful up by Karen Murphy over there. Let's keep an eye on that. Sheriff's had all the running over there, 15-2, but Nathan Rice now. Supposed to get around this Tony Wood bowl. Oh, he could slide underneath. Could have nearly counted there, Nathan Rice. It was 5 shots to Carl Healy. It's on our screens now, 15-7. Big turnaround over there. Gary Willis, is he up?
Any more thoughts on it? He's just noticed that the managed to reset the ends and only put them to 5 there. He's got it.
Well, Nathan's on a better line here.
Just wants to sneak around.
Well, again, right next to the Jack McShane bowl. It's a little bit of a nest building up there for Merrylands. There is the one Ellen Fife bowl in there, but Gary's on a better line this time. It's all down to his weight. Can he get back?
It's just going to go around.
Want to give it every chance.
Quite grateful that the 2 green and white half bowls are both on the one side. Makes it a bit easier to tell who's whose. Recently had a game to commentate where there were 3 sets of green bowls, 2 on one team and 1 on the other. And there wasn't much difference in them.
David Ferguson is positive down here. He's just got the edge. If he gets underneath that, he'll get the result. See this on the replay. Gets down, looking to get under that short one there. Gets that out, he flicks it out clean, and it could be a few shots there to Merrylands. So. Cahill now. He's looking to just try and get, well, it looks like he's under. He's given up on that pretty quickly.
Fergo, I think he'll try and get rid of that shot bowl again. Pretty much exactly the same as his last bowl, will be close. Cleared the path.
And he's going again. Well, he's just got to hold on. What's going to happen up the front there? Ooh, he nearly got the follow through.
Turned the bowl up, touched the jack, fell back, but I think it's still 1 to the green and white 𝗣𝗟𝗘𝗚𝗘 bowl. I can tell you're not moving back out to Tamworth, mate. You're now a Yamba person, rubbing rugging up against the cold here.
I have adjusted to the amber weather really, really well, Andrew, and I feel the cold these days, I do. Might be a bit of DOB as well happening.
Did get the message from a couple of our staff members. Of course, Lee still has tyres in orange. Apparently, the heater needed to be on the other night in orange. It was down into the negative bracket. And I did see a report that Jindabyne, where our other staff member Nick is, that the feels like was down to about -9 the other night.
Yes, Nick said he was watching some bowls there. I think it was Friday night. Might have been last night. No, it was Thursday night. Throw another log on his fire. And that was a cold night here when we were commentating, actually, Thursday night. It's a cold day all day. Hope you're doing well, Nick Hine. Doing a great job there with the Bowls Link stuff for Bowls New South Wales, I must say. Go-to man for me. Let's see, a change of tactic here. Pretty short end being rolled here by Cabramatta, so trying to change things up.
Cabra were going T to T, and the Merrylands basically followed them. So let's go shorter, see what happens.
Well, things aren't going your way. You just got to change them up, don't you? Try and find something else that might work.
Well, the change in length didn't bother Tony Wood. He's got shot still with one to come. He'd love to get a touch here and just knock it in behind his own.
Tony, does he get right down to this? No, but
Well,
what great position he's getting.
He's giving it chances. That's what you'll often hear is the mantra, give your bowler a chance.
Ellen Fife
she's in behind. She gave it a chance as well. Probably
a chance.
little bit brisk, but much rather there than a foot and a half short. Jack McShane, he'll be happy to draw to Tony Wood's second bowl. Line through the jack and just tuck that jack around the corner.
Through position in behind. Skipper's happy with that. Dave Ferguson, big claps. Let's see.
Well pointed, Ellen.
Get right back down.
Just ran through.
Ran through. That's a bit unfortunate.
Well, told me, I thought her speed was brilliant on the way down.
I think Jack McShane will be looking to get one right on this jack here. A trail 10 inches backwards would be ideal. Try and lock away that path through to the jack for Cabramatta. Well, he's close. Oh, just ripped there. See that? Cut and wait. So what caused that turn to come in early like that? Just a little bit underdone with weight.
Gary Willis, probably one down. Needs to be positive. I think you'd rather, if you're Cabramatta, you'd rather you touch it back to Tony Wood's second bowl than, well, now Nathan Rice.
Does he hold on that line?
Just going to be
He
slightly
can use
under.
them. Oh, he's just gone in and under. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and you're right, Andrew. It's better off for Cabra to trail here, be one down, but an opportunity here for Merrylands to trail for 4.
I think Cale just said there were 2 shots after that bowl, so that's a bit deceptive.
Camera angles can be deceptive here, and
Well, the shorter length end,
they're not 2 down now.
the more the deception happens too, because of parallax.
This is true, so Cabra Merrylands definitely got 1 shot now after that Nathan Rice bowl.
Well, they've got the best 2 back.
A couple of things we're seeing a little bit different in this Merrylands side in today's match compared to their previous ones. They're giving their bowls many more chances and finishing in a lot better areas than what they have previously. So they've got that real attacking, positive mindset to go for it. Gary looking to push up here. He's just slid under everything. See the intention there.
Well, people are wondering why we might be quiet every so often, especially if the mat is back near the tee this end. We're not far behind the players, so we're just probably dropping the voice a little bit in respect to the players on the mat, not disturb them. And every now and then, Jason gets really excited by the quality of the bowls.
I do. That's been a bit of a trait of mine. Some people like it, some people think it's a little bit circusy, but, well, play a big shot in a big game, in a big moment, deserves a little bit of acknowledgement, and I like to acknowledge it.
That's why we don't let him have an open container of liquid, because it'll go everywhere. The arms will be going.
Look, I'm like it as a supporter for my own teams and clubs too on the sidelines. They're even out playing.
Yeah, I've been in the room when you've been watching that.
𝗟𝗓𝗡 now. Well, he gets through nicely, but not quite the result.
One to Jack at least.
Nice and open now. A bit of a draw off.
Punishing watching league with you guys. You with the Fishies are playing.
Oh.
Lee if the Raiders are playing.
Yeah, I'm pretty passionate when my football team's playing.
Well, Fergo's plenty of room here. Oh, he's duffed this one.
Well, he has, and
too easy.
Happens in our game. But player of Fergo's ability, we know he'll make that adjustment second bowl.
Cahill really wants to nail this. Front toucher would be ideal, because he give Fergo too much room, he'll take it.
Well, Nick's given this every chance, but is he going to pull up now?
No.
Sit on, so slight adjustment there for Nick Cahill. Next is, look, there's 2.5 foot of room there, Andrew. It's a shot.
No way Fergo will miss this one again. No way.
He's not doing the commentator's curse, Andrew?
No.
No, he has got up nicely, so that's definitely...
3 at least.
Well, that's 3 shots.
They're looking at the 4th. Nathan Rice's bowl. I think Nathan, he's looking at Gary Willis.
He's going, you giving it to me?
No one's got a tape. Gary's got it. I was going to say I'd be disappointed if Gary Willis didn't have a tape. He was just yanking Lurch's chain.
It's a little bit of gamesmanship going on out there.
No, you haven't got it. You haven't got it. You have to measure it if you want it. You got a tape? No, you got to measure it if you want it.
Two very good friends too. I'd imagine Gary and Lurch would have had a lot to do with each other.
Well, been in the national setup together for a while.
Yep.
Well, it could be 4 or 5. It's 5.
It's a handful to Merrylands. That's a big result.
Big numbers hurt, especially when you're trying to fight back into a game and then managed to claw it back to about 10 shots.
Well, it's also huge in the context that Cabramatta picked up a 5 on the 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗪 rink. Merrylands have turned the tables here on this rink to get their own 5.
Out,
yep. So it's cancelled out on the masterboard now.
So it was 32-21 before that. On the scoreboard over here. Which one are we missing? There we go. Yep. We've just caught up. Big job to keep an eye on all 3 rinks and keep them updated all the time. Us broadcasters of the inter-region been doing that all week. Doesn't help that people don't put the right scores on the scoreboard throughout things.
You see a pretty good opener there by Tony Wood. Finishing about a foot short. That's in that effective area. more than a foot short, but still in an effective area where it can be quite easily turned in. 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗓. Sure, he gets behind and see that opposition bowl just short. You don't want to be landing into it at all as a lead. You're better off missing around and behind, because otherwise you take your own bowl out of the equation for the end, in a sense.
You know you got to draw around a bowl. How many times do you see someone try and draw around a bowl, and to do that they don't add 30 centimetres of grass, they add 2 metres of weight. I've done it 1,000 times myself. I still don't know why.
Yeah, I'm more like 4 metres away. I make sure I get it behind. 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗚, what an adjustment. Great shot, 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗚.
That's a cracker. That's what they need to do. They just claw back these few ends. Drop to 5.
It's not easy to get to either here, Andrew.
𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗚𝗓 closed his score up. He's to 8.
It was 15-2. He got that 5, went to 15-7, and then backed it up with a 1. So 𝗣𝗥𝗘𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗡𝗔𝗥𝗬, he gets all the way back, falls in. Very, very, very good bowl. Well, 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡 just looking to draw down. She's finishing a very nice home. Yeah, she was called to draw down in underneath the 𝗣𝗥𝗘𝗡𝗡𝗔𝗥𝗬 bowl. If you give it away, it didn't matter. Obviously wanting to see a bit of a change of that head there. Wow, another big bowl over there by 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗏. Karen Murphy up, cheering loudly over there. So big fight back coming on over there on that 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗏 rink. Jack now, does he get down? Turn that up and over? He did. Oh,
just went past. I think it even scraped the Jack on the way.
It did.
Gotta love. I looked over, see Aaron Sheriff chasing his bowl, then just lean one elbow on the table set up in the middle of the green. It looks very casual.
Ellen's just looking for a bit of position again. Get past that one there. Well, that's a pretty good position, Andrew.
Yeah, decent. It just splits those two up.
Being harsh, she probably wanted another roll.
Yeah, another 10 centimetres or so.
Yeah, but
yeah, short.
It's a chance, contact there. Jack's going to just spit out to that direction.
Nathan Rice wants to get a little tiny contact on that bowl.
Oh, that's a Tony Wood bowl there. Oh.
Would love to have got that right in the belly and pushed it straight onto Beau's bowl. There's another one in that head loading up though.
Oh, there's a big cheer and then an O next door.
Close, but no cigar for Disco there.
For Disco to be sitting there looking in bewilderment, he must have been close to a big result, I'd imagine.
He's got another crack at it though. 3 bowls left on that neighbouring rink. Gary Willis wants to just get round Ellens.
Well, that's a great position there. So
you said you wanted another roll. There he's got it.
He did.
I think Nathan Rice has got a little bit more intent on this one.
Sure has. He's got some options there.
Just not coming back quickly enough.
Get the edge of it. Oh.
They might try and turn this around themselves now. That seems to be the intention.
Yeah.
Play a little bit of weight, get the edge and run straight across, move that jack across to now Gary and Ellen's bowl sitting waiting. Again, it's probably not even a shot that your average grade 2, 3, 4 player would even consider. Here they're going, you know what, we need to change this up.
Well, here it comes now, Andrew. Has he got the run all the way up to it?
Oh, he's nearly in the count.
Very good effort. Just changes angles up there too in front, doesn't it? So
well, it doesn't make it easier for David Ferguson. Probably still leaves the ability for him to roll that one onto the shot bowl there.
Aaron Wilson's going big next door. Oh, he looks like he just scraped the paint of the jack.
Didn't hit it, but he scared it. Could even be a reasonable count for Merrylands there. 3. Unlucky not to get anything at all there.
3, and Mason Lewis on the mat drawing a 4th.
David Ferguson wants contact.
Well, he's just got to run that line there now. Contact on the
Flop
outside
that one
edge.
over. Oh, wow.
Mason,
3 bowls to go.
Mason's just fallen into the ditch there. So looks like it's only 3 to Merrylands.
Would you call that a let-off?
I would actually, because he had a metre to draw another one. In all honesty, the next closest bowl over there for Cabramatta was, well, maybe not a metre, but definitely 2 foot. So at this level, yes, I think we can say it is.
So that'd probably be like me failing to draw within.
Nick Cahill gets the turn of the bowl.
So half a green length.
There's a tiny bit of movement of jack there. So what's that done there?
Oh, they're not giving us anything.
No, they're not. This rink hasn't given us anything.
Having a close look.
Well, they will determine who's got the shot. There's still 1 each to play. And then, okay, this is a situation. What can we do with it?
Can't even see the jack there now.
Not at all. That's where Spider Cam would be brilliant, Andrew.
We need a handheld one. Someone wandering around with a handheld camera. Just get out of the way, players. I'm coming in to have a look. That would be sensational.
Especially when there's conversation like this going on. Skip's walking back to the chance probably to get in there and do that. But I'll be in the development stages down the track sometime.
I just see a couple of players who wouldn't like it.
No, I understand that too. It's fair enough. David Ferguson now lining up on the backhand. Still looking for a result maybe off the Jack McShane blue bowl.
If he's playing anything attacking here, I think that means they're down.
Well, he is. He's got attacking weight. Does he hold? Well, he just got that.
I think if Nick's holding shot here, he might just go, you know what, I'm not even going to...
Well, if David navigates that front one that he ran into, I reckon he had the weight to make some sort of change in there. It was just a half a bowl narrow. Well, we'll get a good indication of who's got shot here once Nick Cahill delivers, because if the Cabramatta are down on this head, he's going to give it every chance to count. 39-22 at the halfway point. Cabramatta really need to score. Nick now. Well, he looks pretty positive down here, Andrew. Edge off of that. Oh, he's got gets the jack through. What's the result? Well, that looks like a few Merrylands bowls there.
Might have got it too far. Then again, the angle of the camera might be deceptive. They're not celebrating.
On, no. One's green and white. One's a green and white. The other one's blue and white, I think. So
yeah. That one's Fergo's, I think.
That one's a Fergo bowl. And that other one's the 𝗣𝗟𝗘𝗚 bowl. Well,
we might have to get an official out. They're not in it, so it's between those two.
Well, Gary said if you'd like to have a look, Nathan, go for it. So, and that weight tells me that Nick Cahill was probably down on the head. Because if he's got a shot, he's probably putting that in his pocket to try and at least get the control of the mat.
And again, they might have thought they could make 3 or 4. I think we're going to see, yep, we are going to see an umpire come out. And tell you what, you don't see this one brought out all that often. Oh, I love this piece of equipment. 2-bowl measure, telescopic, mounted on a base, affectionately known as the Royal measure, because it was sold with an old Royal New South Wales Bowling Association badge on it. So what this is the base is actually mounted on a screw that screws in and out. So you can screw it back right against the jack. It's got a vernier measure, screws out against the bowl. So it's got a little pivot right where the middle of the jack is. The umpire will do that. He'll take the pegs out of the green. You'll notice he's just checking that screw base back off the jack now. He's actually backing it onto the jack to do his measure. He got it very close, approximate. Now he's just doing the very fine adjustment. The screw will come away from the jack. He'll move it around so it's lined up precisely in line. Pop those pegs back in just to secure it to the green. The pins don't hurt the green at all. He's not going to pin it down, he's just going to use it as a measure. No, he's going to pin it.
It's pretty close, so I'll see if there was probably a bigger gap there. He might have been quite happy not to pin that down, but
just
give that. It's so close, there's probably going to be maybe a slight adjustment. No.
Probably should go back and check.
Well, that would probably be.
Not going now.
Maybe the distance there was bigger than what we could see on the TV too.
And
so
look, he did take his time and was operating very accurately.
Most definitely. So Cabramatta grab the shot here, get control of the length.
So ignore the big board at the moment because he's put one on the wrong side. Might just have to reset the scoreboard and put the correct score in.
Nick Cale, I know how to fix it, local boy.
Ball peen hammer. No, Nick's not using the ball peen hammer. He's pressing the buttons.
𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚, first bowl. Well, on the screen it looks close, but he's 2 foot short.
It's quite a short jack here. We're a good, let's say we're 8 to 10 metres in front of the. Yeah, I don't think the main scoreboard is right.
𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚, he's up and at this. That's a lot better.
15.5 is correct on Bowls Link. So the big scoreboard just didn't reset with the wrong button being pushed.
I've seen a couple of times with this digital boards here that sometimes on their board here can be reading the right score, but it hasn't correlated to the main board. It's happened once or twice.
Just a little glitch in the communications.
Well, it could be just, something we might have to make the players aware of. Especially if things get tight, that needs to be exact up there. So, 5, a bowl tight there. Good weight she had.
Well, I'm sure whoever's keeping the scorecard would be double checking. I know playing in any position, I always add up the boards that I can see. And if there's a difference in the big board, I'll just ask the other 2 rinks. Yeah, was that your correct score?
Jack McShane now. He's looking to Get right back down to that Tony Wood bowl there. Just a little bit short. When I say it's short, it's probably a bowl in front of Jack Eye, but harsh critics. But you've got to be at this level of competition, I think. And what it's done is given this little visual ledge here for Ellen Fife to get in for. She can use it. Well, she's just slipped through. Well, she's got the shot.
Yep, sat Bo's bowl.
She's got the shot and pushed a 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗡 bowl in a pretty good position.
Well, if you play one where Jack has, that's probably your best bowl of the day. Where if it's Jack, we're going in short. That's probably be my best bowl of the year, Jack's played. Just needs a very minor correction. Can get a winner off his own as well.
Yeah, he's not happy with it. He's going to turn his back on that. I wouldn't be too upset. He's got the position right behind. Jack down the line. He's ready to catch down there. Now, just want to draw down to that Jack. He would love to just get a little touch of it, a couple of inches, wouldn't he, Andrew? You know,
just a little feather.
That's right. Down into this port. You can miss that front one. Oh, he's just got in it. That was a 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗡 bowl. Unfortunately, he's opened up a nice clear path, though, for Merrylands to get down to.
Yes, they're going to have to use a little bit of weight to get through it, though. I think it's not a clear draw now.
No, it isn't.
But
right.
Foot of weight's not going to bother Nathan Rice.
Does he get right in and under?
No, he's just turned that one up one roll.
Wow.
I think Gary Willis, same bowl now.
Well,
you see something different?
Yeah, Nick Hale's calling him down on the backhand, so both Cabramatta bowls coming in on that backhand.
Well, turn one of them up, but also if he's just on that slightly tight line.
And he can get up and over both of them. Underneath. Whoa.
You wouldn't have minded actually just punching Jack McShane's bowl out of the head there. Might see a whack here, actually.
Ferguson's spent a fair bit of time looking at this, and there's obviously quite a few different scenarios that can happen there. I think it's only the one down though still, Andrew. I still favour that blue Jack, dark blue Jack McShane bowl as second.
Going to reach. Wants a tight line and to sit off something.
Does he hold that right down to the Jack? Get it? Well, he's got a little. Got back to that back bowl. It's shot out. Well, it's a bit of a draw off now for the skippers.
I think it's probably one to 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗚𝗡. He's got the lighter colour green in the green and white combination.
Guarantee that's going to change pretty quickly. Good 4 foot of room there.
Nick Hale should draw this.
Oh, that is enough for shot. Half a metre short.
Maybe a bit closer than that, but plenty of room for someone of David Ferguson's ability, you would think.
David Ferguson's playing this forehand. Does he get up now? He's trying hard. Yeah. David Ferguson's done it again. He's played some telling bowls so far.
Well, last time in this direction, he fell well short with plenty of room. He wasn't going to do it again. Just enough. Still a chance for Nick here to follow him down. A little bit positive can get a result off either of the two bowls. I think he's under the line though. Fergo, rinse and repeat.
Well, chance for a couple here, isn't there? Same bowl, really. If anything, just wants to make sure he doesn't make any contact with those bowls up line. Give it a chance. He can even come in a little tighter and still get off that Nick Cahill bowl and straighten up. And
well, Merrylands, he does this. Merrylands has grown the lead in the 10 ends.
Well, first bit's right.
No, speed's not.
Speed's not there, unfortunately. So it is 1 to Merrylands.
But importantly, though, it just gets them out to an 18-shot lead after 34. We're past the halfway point. That's a very healthy lead. By no means would they feel comfortable.
Not at all, because despite the scoreline, tell you what, there's a still real positive attitude amongst the Cabramatta group out here.
And I would say it would be a very positive thing for them not to be comfortable with that lead.
Well, I reckon it might be something they've discussed too. They know what Cabramatta have done in previous matches. They've seen Cabramatta do big fight backs. Imagine as a group, they're just like, well, obviously, probably keep talking to each other, and you nearly act like you're behind all the time.
There's a mindset you get yourself into that you go, okay, I might be in the front, but I have to turn the screws.
Cannot relax.
Just got to increase the pressure.
Cannot relax against this class outfit. Last year's champions.
How you approach it is whether you say, all right, we need to win 2 of the next 3, or we need to win just this next end, or just get one close, turn that pressure up on my opponent.
A bit of a miss there from the leads with their first 2, so we're hoping for some adjustment here. I'm sure we'll see it. Yes, very good adjustment, Tony Wood. Lot better finish there. It's probably one of the longer ends they've played recently too, Andrew. It's
not quite, probably a metre and a third. So about 1.3 metres short of T to T.
Oh, that's a bit of a big miss there. Another opportunity here for Merrylands to put the foot down. Jack McShane get one right on top of this here, and it's making it very difficult here for the Bullants, and that's what it's all about, is not giving Bullants easy opportunities to sit a bowl, score a shot, and make them play as hard a shot as possible to get a result. Jack McShane now, he's just got to run up for this. Well, that's a pretty good bowl. He'd be happy with that.
They've got both options ready.
Alan Fife, sorry. A few of us still a little bit confused with that. I've been good so far, but just accidentally popped out the Alan Ryan instead of Alan Fife then I did.
1-1.
Yes, it is. Well,
it's muscle memory, mate. Muscle memory.
This is true.
Just like the players have the muscle memory, we have the muscle memory with
Jack McShane. I'm loving this line. He just needs to make that adjustment of weight, which he has. 2 great bowls from Jack McShane. Well, Merrylands are really tightening this down for Cabramatta, throwing the challenge down to him. It's all about making Cabramatta uncomfortable. Ellen now, she had a very, very good track, just underdone with weight. Unfortunate, but
Sun's out again. Not quite enough to make Jason take his jacket off.
I think it'll be staying on. There's that slight breeze there, Andrew, that's still coming through me.
It has that little Arctic feel about it, just that coolness, almost like you've just opened the cool room door. I think I'll need a jacket on before the day's too much more advanced.
Well, Nathan Rice is going for a bit of position here by the look of that.
None of the players going for the jacket yet, so it's nice and warm, or warm enough out on the green. They are moving around. That's the advantage for them.
Well, they are. There's plenty of tension and energy going on out there as well, keeping the blood pumping for the players. So, Gary, like this to get down further. See, Dave Ferguson still asking for a positional bowl. We're asking Nathan to just get another 2 foot on his last, probably get down to that 2 metre line. Be ideal. Yeah, Nathan didn't like that. I still think it's possible 3 there for Merrylands.
Gary, he's just looking to get under his own bowl. Here's a nice little path in there. He's going to turn quick.
It's coming. He
his
can
own.
get up and over too, which will be a great result.
Well, it might be second.
Maybe second.
Second or third. Good thing is there's another one there for Nick Cahill to play through. If Nick turns it one more time, it's definitely second. But I think we're getting to the point where second's not really good enough for Cabramatta.
Well, this is true. This is we've seen before where Cabra in past matches have been able to put the gear stick into the next gear and do that fight back. Here, Merrylands, well, I think they're all about just keep this attack going. Don't take the foot off the pedal. Don't try and play defensive. Yeah, best form of defence is attack.
I'd be happy now as Merrylands just to grind out at 5 ones in a row.
Oh, most definitely.
You're saying you've got to kick the gear down. Is that why they call it a clutch bowl?
Could be, Andrew. Could be.
So Nick Cahill, the same idea that Gary Willis had. Just
look at this, Aaron Wilson stalking over here, but
got the bird flap happening, so that means it didn't do what he wanted. Well, Nick sat the shot bowl out.
Did, and he's got shot himself there for Cabramatta. Yeah, indications one down. See this on the replay. It gets right down to that shot bowl. That's a great bowl. Looks like a big bowl played next door by Merrylands skip Mason Lewis as well.
I want to be harsh here. I think Nick would have loved to have been an eighth of a bowl narrower to get that one right in the belly, to push it right through and pull up himself a bit more. He'd be happy with the result. Be thinking, oh, you know, an eighth of a bowl narrower is perfect. And look, he'd be analysing that to say, yep, it was a good bowl.
Well, David Ferguson, he's searching up here. We can see if he gets down through this gap here. Well, that's also Jack Machine coming up and
he's
through.
got it straight through and out.
Look, it's not a bad result, Andrew. It actually gives him a clearer path down. It does now.
Well, it gives Nick a clearer path down. Fergo's out of ammunition.
Well, he is too. Fergo is out of ammunition, so...
You just got too excited, mate. Too
excited. I do. Yeah. So...
Oh, big bowl. I reckon this is a big bowl here.
Well, I think
he's got to make it count. He's got to maximise every opportunity now.
It's these little half opportunities we've seen Cabra take.
Just need to.
Previous matches.
Well,
he's going big. There must be a chance to get that 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡 bowl out. Down through there. Ooh. See that 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡 bowl goes out. There's probably another 1, 2, 3.
Worth a few.
Yeah, he's probably looking at a 4 there. So. See that on that replay. That's that one 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡 bowl blue. It was second wood. If it goes, well, the rest of it was Cabramatta. So. See it on screen, viewers, but how laid back is Nathan Rice? Just rocks on up. Bad luck, mate. Pretty chilled.
Well, that calmness is why he's a good player.
Oh, most definitely.
He might be a bit like the duck on the water, though. You see the little duck moving along and underneath the feet are going like nothing else. But one of the keys, though, is to just keep that level head as much as you can. There's an ideal state of being keyed up.
Interesting over there on that Sheriff and Healy rink. So, Carl Healy's got last bowl, and Karen said we've got 2, maybe 3, and Carl Healy's got one more to come, so.
Well, that's an interesting. They've tried to bury the jack first bowl.
Yeah.
It's a tactic I'm not convinced of.
Yeah, but at this level, we see the players do it a lot.
But if you do bury the jack with that first bowl, it just sends a message, doesn't it? We're coming for you.
Tony Wood, he's looking to play a draw. Does he stay up, though? Well, no, Tony's gone all the way through. Well, looks like four fingers up there by Karen Murphy on the Carl Healy rink. Well, is this the fight back we've been waiting for? Nick Cale said definitely.
That's why we do try to be quiet, because the players are just in front of us.
This is true, yeah.
Mind you, they're not going to turn to us for tactics.
Definitely not. Tony Wood, good adjustment here.
I've been waiting for a player to turn around and go, no way, for any shot I call.
It's good being ringside, but yeah, we do have to be a bit
careful,
especially when they're playing from this end.
Yeah.
Not so bad when they're playing to this end, but
I'd love to have a little standing microphone and get the players to actually come back and give us their thoughts during the game, but that's a fine line between interaction and disturbance.
See that updated score on a big board. It will come on in a minute to our screens. It's now 44-30. 14 shot difference. Cabra closing in. It's an important time for Merrylands. Really is.
Out to 18 or 19 after 33, 34.
𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡, very good weight. A little rub off that front, but even still, I think his bowl finishes in a good area. Close to the shot anyway.
There's DJ coming in the helicopter, mate.
Just over, yeah, good shot. Yeah, you're right, Andrew. A helicopter over the top of us. That's DJ flying in for this afternoon's final.
I hope not, though, because that looked like the rescue helicopter.
Yeah. DJ's done some great work with us over the last couple of days, and he's just a really good commentator. I've got to give it to him. He's good knowledge of the game, knows everyone, knows a lot of the players personally too, so bit of character about the lad. Great fun working with him in the commentary box. Gary Willis now. Well, shy of this.
Just wants to arrive.
Well, he has pulled up shy, so. As I said, this is a very important stage of the game for Merrylands. See Cabramatta just starting to go through the gears and really knuckle down. fight back on. Merrylands want to sniff that out really quickly here. See Nathan Rice, he can get all the way back and down. He does.
Yeah,
he does.
I dare say they really would have loved that to just travel another 30 to 40 centimetres and sit on the inside of Ellen Fife's bowls. Caught it. Just caught it. Chance here for Gary Willis. Can play a nice tight line to arrive. Wants Jack or sit Jack's bowl.
Just the weight going to hold him out at the time, yeah. And maybe that last previous bowl of his just pushed him that little bit wider too.
Got to get around those front ones, but the tight line with that weight. And Nathan Rice has got extra on this one.
Well, he's looking for something behind. If he turns his own, it's good. Wow, that's finished perfectly. And very good setup there for Merrylands.
I know a few people I've played with that say, why would you be using that weight when you've got a bowl that's close? Because he has got a bowl that close to Jack High.
That's right.
That has changed the dynamic, and it's covered up Ellen Fife's bowls. Made it a lot harder for Nick to convert, although he can still play that little reach and sit on that last bowl to get shot.
Well, here we go now. He's on a pretty good line. Does he get back, though?
Yeah.
Let's get right back. Nick Cahill.
Very close to shot.
Oh, he's just flopped out.
Definitely one down. Or maybe even two. Jack's bowl at front might still count. The important thing with Nathan Rice bowl, though, Nick Cahill with that weight before dragged the Jack straight back. He'd been holding 3. No chance to get that 3 there now. Well, a lot less chance. Never say never.
No, exactly.
David Ferguson, he'll be trying to I think he'll just try and flop onto Nick's bowl.
Most definitely.
He won't mind a toucher on this either.
First part's good now. It's just down to the weight. Does he have the weight to pull back? He's close here. David Ferguson done it again.
Oh, he sat him behind the Jack as
and
well.
Sat him behind the Jack, so
perfect.
Very hard to get Jack movement with multiple shots here for Nick Cahill. It'll be similar shot. Looking to just get the shot here and get the count. Dave Ferguson still has one in hand, so important bowl here for Nick. Wanting this to pull back a bit more. Well, he's actually pulled up. I'd be happy with that, but
I'm happy with that. I just moved the umbrella on the tripod.
Dave Ferguson's playing a similar bowl because we saw with that perfect weight how far back he did come down this hand.
Well,
no, he's swapping the backhand. So you get it. Maybe he's seen he needs to get that roll of Jack. He's a definite 2. He can beat this Nathan Rice bowl and could be a 3 to 4. Not
just
sure.
Out.
We know it's 1 definitely. So
I think it's 2, and we'll look at the front one.
This is a pretty good end by Merrylands. You know, you see that fight back coming on by Cabramatta, and Merrylands have come up with an answer.
Oh, not much in that.
Two indicated there.
It's just a little riposte.
Let's just put a little handbrake on the Cabramatta charge, which is massively important here. Go, updated score. What's on the screen is also live here. 47-32 after 41. Down to the business end of this match. Winner guarantees gets their berth through to the grand final.
Cabra have actually closed the gap ever so slightly in the last 7 ends. But only by 2. 2 or 3, maybe 3. So we've got roughly 21 ends left.
Wow. Massive bowl over there by 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗅𝗡. Didn't quite see it. That got the Magic team up and about, it did.
Oh, he's got the real competitive face on, hasn't he?
Oh, he did last night too, Andrew. Don't worry about that. Well, that's some pretty good bowls there by 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗅𝗡. In areas to score. So we're going to start seeing more from Cabramatta. Getting those bowls in areas to give them good chances for counting. It's still 22 ends to go. 15 shots difference. Well, as a matter of fact, Aaron's Sheriff's bowl will come on screen soon.
That's a big change.
He made 4 shots over there. Well, next door, big bowl by Jack Smith. So, action aplenty out here this afternoon, Andrew. So, Aaron Sheriff's ring will move out to a 22-13 lead after 15. Merrylands now out 51-32.
Ellen 5. Just split the gap. I was calling her that name from when she was about 12 years old up to 20. It's very hard to change. So she's just going to do a little stint by herself. I've got a little job to do to help confirm a couple of things for grand final.
No worries, Andrew. Okay, Ellen Fife now. That's a great shot. Gets down to Tony Woodbowl. Cross onto the jack. Little touch. You see across to the right there, the 2 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗅𝗡 bowls. We'll see this on the replay. Just got onto the inside edge. Comes across. Little touch. Nathan Rice going big here. Searching for the jack. He's made contact. And, well, what's happened? We're not sure if it's stayed in or not. Nah, they're calling it dead. Well, there we go. Here we go on the replay. Nathan Rice straight down through the middle. Makes contact. And the result being a dead end. Viewers, don't forget, winner of this match through to the grand final, due to be played around about 5:30 p.m. Obviously, there's going to be some pre-match stuff done on green, but we are aiming to do a 5:30 p.m. start for the grand final. As we move towards crowning our 24-25 Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant champions. And at this stage, if things keep going as they currently are, we are going to crown a new champion, but we will not discount Cabramatta at all. Merrylands probably have been the benchmark team for the season so far. We saw their run of 10 straight. Lost their last couple of matches, including their round 11 match here against Cabra. So, big goal played there next door by Aaron Wilson. Tony Wood now. Let's just get all the way back. Yeah, very, very good. He's been very strong up front today, Tony, given most of his bowls chances and finishing in good areas. Helps set the platform for this current result at 19-6 on this individual rink now, and definitely see, as we've seen in past ones, these short bowls, unfortunately by Cabra, are not going to be helpful. Seems to be a little bit of concern amongst the players there. Still positive, but obviously a bit of concern. Chance here for Merrylands now to put the foot down and take any comeback chance out of the equation. Jack McShane on a great line. Yeah, very, very good bowl. Straight up and down, nothing really to sit on. Just making life difficult for the Cabramatta team here. They've really got to dig in deep here. Helen Fife just slipping on through there. Jack's turned his back on that. He's not real happy. Finished in a good area though. Wouldn't be too disappointed. He's given it a good chance with good weight down there. Let's get all the way back. That's pretty good. Close to counting as well. Well, great effort, Gary Willis. He's finished in a pretty good area, given Cabramatta a big chance to score this end with that bowl. Nathan Rice, well, edge off of that. Set up very nicely. You can see 1, 2, 3 bowls, the 2 Nathan Rice bowls and Tony Wood just in behind the head there, so it's been exactly how this match has panned out. Is Merrylands given themselves chances in so many different areas. Gary Willis just half a bowl narrow there, probably looking to push up. Dave Ferguson's going to be looking at what opportunities he's got here to try and get those back ones into count. Dave Ferguson can get a nice count here. There's an opportunity there for 3 or 4 with movement of Jack. This could be a big telling blow in the context of this whole match. You see that there currently Jack McShane's blue bowl in front there is shot. But at the back there, about a metre behind, we've got two Nathan Rice bowls. One in the middle, Tony Woods. So it's all Merrylands, that metre behind. And I reckon that's what they're discussing. What opportunities they got. I guess the other point is the other three bowls there, just in front, are all Cabramatta. So just gets around those ones there, David. He's pointed this very, very nicely. Up and over Jack McShane. Well, he got it up, but not quite over. Very good effort. He's probably got third shot with that. Probably an important one too. It was 1 in 4 there for Merrylands, even though Merrylands have got the back ones. So again, Merrylands sniffing out those little half chances of Cabramatta to make counts. We see Nick Cahill here going pretty positive into this. Be looking to get under Gary Willis's down to the jack or promote them. Well, he's unfortunate there. He's got the edge of his own bowls, got that jack back into that position where Merrylands bowls are. We see this coming down. He got the edge of the two bowls, the slightest touch of the jack. Definitely 2, possibly 3 now to Merrylands. Fergie now just wanting to get around these. Just pulled into him, unfortunately. Well, difficult task here. Nick Cahill, not a long hold. Are they looking at... Is there anything up through the middle? Well, those bowls are a long way out from the jack. Needs to hit any of those front bowls exactly precise. There's not too many plants on them. Maybe that plant through the light blue bowl of Ellen Fife under Jack McShane, but you're talking... Yeah, they're about 3 foot in front of Jack, if not a bit more. If he gets that plant, that Jack McShane bowl may not even be lined up to get down to the brown bowl there that is shot. Cahill lining up now. He's going pretty big. He's looking for some contact through here. Well, this will be another multiple to Merrylands. Looks like 3 it is. Three more there to Merrylands, and his score now is out over 20 shots. As you can get into go time for Cabramatta, they getting very close to that stage where they must score on these next few ends. Well, that's a better opener by 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗡, finishing in those areas where he can possibly score. That's what has to happen now. Just grouping bowls in areas to give those ones coming behind him chances to count. Drag the jack to get multiple numbers. Tony Wood, he would love to. He's not happy with this. He's urging that up. It's just dropped short. So there's a count next door for Aaron Wilson. Not sure what the number was, but
all sorted, mate.
𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗚𝗡 now. Two great bowls. This is what needs to see more of from Cabra. Putting bowls in areas for chances to count. Merrylands, they're all up and about too. They're supporting each rink, telling them stick with the program, stick with the plan. Really in this fight they are. Jack McShane, he is close. What a bowl. Jack McShane.
Ellen will reach with 1 to 2 metres, just try and sit that Jack McShane bowl. Oh, well, Merrylands will be happy with that. Tony Wood's bowled now just behind. I think they might even try and draw a touch of here. You're happy to go a little bit wide and flop off Bohus' bowl as well?
Well, most definitely. It's all about that management of the head now. What can we do so that Cabramatta can't get big counts or multiple counts, you know? But also, how do we provide ourselves opportunities to get counts and put that number pressure on? Jack McShane, well, it's a good bowl, but it's a pretty big ledge there now.
You want to take your opportunity to score, because this stage, you get a 2 or a 3, it is absolute gold to stretch that lead.
And we see some weight come down here. Well, that's unfortunate.
Tony's bowl's gone right through the ditch. Ellen's got best back, so
going to see a positional play here. Well, maybe not. Maybe David might be thinking, nah, you get to it first and trail jack yourself. That's what the indication is.
I'll just tighten that head up, make it less of a target. You get the outside of Jack's bowl, pushes the other one back a little bit, you tighten the target up and get good position.
Nathan Rice. Does he hold down to it here? He's just got to hold a little longer.
Wants it to run.
Oh, he's finished good home. That's right. It's a very good home.
The difference with a team game and a singles game is singles game, I firmly believe you can't start the end aiming to pick up a 4.
Gary Willis going big here. Up for the jack.
Oh, straight through the hole and got the backward out. You have to start some of the team games with the aim of picking up a big count. Makes it a lot harder. Whereas in singles, I reckon you just build ahead to make sure you don't drop big numbers and you try and
Ferguson's
score.
interested in this one. Does he get down to that jack? He does. Well,
we'll have to see another run here, I think. They'll be looking for the kill.
Think so, yep. Think so. Just superb bowls here by Merrylands, just turning the screws on Cabramatta. Gary Willis. Well, he's just got to hold down to this. Well, it's just swinging. He swung right through the hole.
Well, if the aim of the game was to pilot your running shot through a small gap, Cabramatta's done it.
Isn't he? Twice.
Ellen too missed narrowly.
And I think you'll find Dave Ferguson. He will be looking for a little trail of that jack to make it a lot harder for that kill. Oh, he's playing the forehand, so he's actually going for position back. Andrew?
Yeah, Cabra's got the best two back.
Wow.
They're not very far back, but that's covered the entire back of the rink.
That's exactly right. At very worst now, Merrylands one down. Should the jack go through and his bowl stay with it?
He's probably
Nick's gone big.
Inviting Nick to go for running,
Well, he has.
knowing that a kill's not going to hurt them. But there's also, when you're running, there's a chance that things don't go in your favour.
Well, looking at this head, they got three. Well, two, maybe three.
Now maybe go
Now's
for the
the
trail.
opportunity for the trail, and get a count yourself. Take that opportunity for the kill. You can never take it away, but you can definitely make it harder. The trail, the jack here will do that. Bergie's close here. Does he get down enough? He did. Little
Holding
touch.
four.
Well, let's change the angles.
Still going to have to go at this.
He has to go at it.
He can play a draw, finish within 20 centimetres and still be 3 or 4 down.
No, Gary Willis says doesn't change anything. Get up and into it.
If he hits that one square, it could hit Lurch's
See,
bowl.
here he goes. Does he hold around that front one?
No.
No, he doesn't. So, wow, big count coming up here for Merrylands. Two at least. There we go.
I think there's a rather large woman warming up its tonsils, mate.
Not yet. Not while Cabramatta have still got a mathematical chance. We've seen that in the past.
It hasn't walked out on the stage. She's just out there warming up.
Is that three they've rolled out measuring
That's 3
for 4?
they've already taken out, yes.
Unless that third one they rolled out was definitely not in contention, but
4
here's
shots.
4 to Merrylands. That's a big pickup.
Yeah, look,
What an end by Merrylands there. Just as Cabramatta are looking to make that fight back that we've seen them do so many times. Merrylands come up with an answer of not just getting shot, but getting a good multiple.
Go, Magic. Julian.
well, folks, this is just the prelude, though. The big show, 5:30 tonight. Warilla waiting for the winner of this game. It's back-to-back finals for Warilla. Merrylands looking to oust the defending champions.
Well, Andrew, in all honesty, Merrylands had a chance in round 11 to knock Cabramatta out of even reaching the final series, and I reckon they would ruin that opportunity. They were.
Yes.
And so was many other clubs. To Merrylands' credit, they've come out today.
East Maitland certainly were.
Well, yeah.
Griffins, they dropped out of the finals race in round 11. Needed 2 points and didn't get them. They would have been in should had Merrylands beat Cabramatta.
I've got to say that this is a big performance by Merrylands, you know. They would have been... Bo, does he run up? He does enough for shot. Yeah, 2 losses. Okay, round 11. Lost their first finals match. Probably a little bit of concern amongst the group, but they've obviously regrouped overnight. Come out here today and absolutely performed and are on fire. Look, there was no doubt about their squad's talents there to win it, to win any game and to beat any team that comes up against them.
Well, they just strengthened up the squad a little from last year. They gained
McShane. Look at this. Great bowl.
They pick up to David Ferguson, Sam Narone and Nat Lewis. And welcome back to Mozzie, to the Mason Lewis, to the Merrylands colours after a few years at Engadine. Of course, Mason was a Merrylands junior. And they got him back into the Magic fold.
Great shot there, Ellen Fife.
Added their fly-ins. Nathan Rice. And Aaron Sheriff.
Jack now, he's indicating he wants this to pull. Well, it's coming now. It's just got to run up and that. Is it up? Oh, what an effort. Fortunate.
Still 1 to Cabramatta.
It's a good bowl.
At 14 ends to go and 22 the difference. There's another 3 on our big board. Green side that's not on our scoreboard here. So Cabramatta did score apparently, unless there's another glitch in the board. But it's now hitting that above the 1.5 per end mark.
There we go, they've just gone on now, Andrew. So 61-39, 14 ends to play, 22 shot margin.
21's the magic 1.5. But even in this company, 1.5 is really tough.
Nathan Rice now. Just push past all that. Oh, still a couple there. Cabramatta, a chance here for Gary Willis, I think. Big looking to get one right on top of this. He pushes Jack slightly back towards the Ellen 5 bowls would be ideal.
Well, the Bullants looking likely to be bowing out at this stage. Would they look at the season and go, you know what, 3rd, probably not a bad finish, not a bad achievement, but not be overly happy with it?
Well, might find out post-match, but look, if you're the previous season champions, you've only got 1 goal, haven't you? And that's to back up and win it again. That's the only goal. Oh, Gary Willis, brilliant, puts another one in. That's 3 shots now there to Cabramatta. Yeah, from their perspective, you got to think their only result to be success is a win. So, but it's been mentioned quite a few times before. They understand that all squads are bolstered up this year. They know the competition's harder as well. So, and they also know that they're the hunted. There could be some positives they take out of that, and how they've faced quite a bit of adversity, especially the last few games they've been involved with. David Ferguson comes down. Oh, well, did he get it far enough? I think he has. Again, we see that slight opportunity for Cabramatta to count, and Merrylands come up with an answer straight away. David Ferguson on fire. Great bowl.
Cahill, I think he's looking for the Jack McShane bowl. Has he got it? He's got it on the edge, straight past.
Oh, what a shot. What a reply there.
That is an absolute gem. He's got that one right in the perfect position, got it past the Jack. Only a millimetre or so of clearance.
4 shots back to Cabra now.
Was it 4 or 5?
Oh, definitely 4.
Ellen Ryan's bowl just behind might even be in the count. Well, the large woman needs to just back to the wings again.
Ferguson. He's looking at this one intently. He wants this to get down.
It's going to hang.
Oh, it's going to hang, and I'm not sure what the count is there, but a bit of a chance here for Nick to make a number.
Is the front one Merrylands one? Or is it the second? Or the fifth? Or is it Ellen Ryan's? Find out in a minute. Kale can draw a toucher. You make it 6 for sure.
Here we go.
Well,
I'd be disappointed with that.
That is a missed free
Opportunity,
kick.
yeah. But still a count.
4.
There's 4 shots there. So just closes that gap on the big board. A little
17,
bit
12.
of
It's just ducked under the 1.5.
Sure has. See a bit of a tactical change here. 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗅𝗡 bringing that mat up a very long way.
Oh, it's just, yeah, it'll stop.
Well, it's probably one of the tactics we haven't seen being played yet. Well,
You're going to try and bury it.
yeah. It's all about scoring, isn't it? Looking, he's just got to hold on to there. Well, he's just slid under.
You don't try that shot again, Tiger, though. You don't try that again.
Tony Wood. Had a pretty good game, Tony.
Yeah, he's been solid. He's set a really good platform, hasn't he, for this Merrylands rink.
Well played, mate.
I think it takes a lot more concentration sometimes to play as lead than in the other positions.
Well, Andrew, it's the most exposed position, in all honesty, in our game. You know, if you're not having a good day, everyone knows about it at lead.
And you don't get the glory.
𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗅𝗡, brilliant.
The skipper plays the big conversion shot, and they get the plaudits. Whereas the lead just keep building ahead.
That's right.
And your lead wins your games. They set the platform.
Well, he's a bit more positive here, Tony. He's come down very well. Tony Wood, come on down. Provide a great platform today. Mucking around here. Ellen's been told to put it in the pit. Oh, she's close. Did she get back enough?
Well, Cabra's running shots over the last few ends, they've been half a bowl off perfect. Got nothing but air there, but close.
Looking for a trail. This Jack will put it in himself. Does he get all the way down to it? Jack McShane. Oh, he's just...
Very good.
Well, that's made the sink the Jack shot harder.
That's right. Yep.
And the good thing is, if Jack missed that, he kept his bowl. So they're holding to, not...
Ellen 5. Get all the way up to it. Oh, not quite, but great bowl.
10-4. Sun slipping behind the cloud. Your temperature is starting to drop. I think my jacket's going to go out from under my arm to on my body.
Jack's just looking to draw this off by the look of it.
I don't put it there. I think
no, he's just wide, actually.
if I don't put it on soon, I reckon you'll pinch it off me and use it as a doona. Gary Willis needs to add without making a target.
The one thing, Andrew, we will say, and I'm waiting for Gary to put this bowl in. regards to number of ends left for the individual rinks. So at the moment, Merrylands with a good margin, and their best rink, which is this one, is up by 16 shots, is going to be last off. If you're Merrylands, you're very happy to see that 𝗣𝗥𝗘𝗡𝗡𝗟𝗏 is going to be last off.
Well, it's the live stream game. We're happy it's the last off too.
Oh, of course, whereas like we had... Whoa, he's just missed it. Stays up. He did stay up.
Well, it's had a look at the sand and gone, no,
did.
I'm going to... And that's important. You've got cover. It does mean if you get something close and Cabra's chasing a number, that bowl stops the pit being an option for you.
Well, they're interested here.
Gary Willis.
Well, that's a
Touch.
great bowl. Whoa, the 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡 bowl just rolled out, but doesn't change anything. They hit this, it's going to kill. That's all that's going to happen there, I think.
Just having a look to work out whether it's 2 or 3. And that will change the shot. Can afford a forehand runner there. If you're a fraction wide, you get rid of that back one anyway.
Yep. Lurch here.
A fraction
Backhand
narrow.
runner. Here we go.
Got his own. Well, as a head management option, I think Fergo probably going to play his forehand. Try and draw, but importantly, if he finishes just in behind, so Nick Cahill, he'll be trying to add. Fortunately for Fergo, he's got last bowl, so...
This is true. Well, Cabramatta are interested in this. Well, he's just put it. Maybe, Andrew, maybe. Well, Nathan Rice has just said, yep, it's in. It is in, so...
He's got to beat that one.
Well, by putting that there, it's nearly taken that runner away, hasn't it?
Well...
David Ferguson now, does he get down enough to the back one?
He's in the pit.
Well,
I don't think it's worth Nick trying to move the jack to bring any more in.
definitely can't. Don't move, Jack. Just put another one in there.
Because if you move the jack, you're inviting David Ferguson to cut you down to none.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's hidden at the moment.
Ideally, Nick's going to draw another shot and not be
He just doesn't
close.
want to square it up. Well, he's got to get up now.
Well,
Cabra happy with it.
If his previous one in, that
Well, there you go.
it's 4.
Even Nathan Rice has said he thinks it counts.
Well, do you try to play the absolute draw on the forehand and draw a touch if it gets shot? Or do you go, you know what, I'm just going to play the backhand and get inside the side ones and get third?
Well, 11 ends to go, 16 shots ahead.
I think he'll stick with his forehand, try an absolute draw, with the knowledge that he's just got to beat the front two to cut it to 2.
Well, he's interested. David Ferguson. Does he get all the way down to this? David Ferguson. What a shot.
Huge save.
Huge save. Close to second shot. That is. What a bowl. David Ferguson.
That's a critical one. Save 3.
Not the first time today either.
And in the context of this match, that 3 shots is huge. Because that would have been 12 the difference with 10 to play. Because the 15 is 1.5 an end.
Good mathematics there, Andrew.
That's the easy maths, mate.
Big shot there, Aaron Sheriff. Both arms up in the air.
Sheriff's got the swagger today.
Well,
and I think if you're that good, you've got to have the swagger about you.
Not sure what the count was, but he has scored. That's all that matters really at this stage of the game.
Yeah. One's good.
Oh, well, you're taking away an opportunity for more, for multiples for Cabramatta, ain't you, to catch you, so.
You get a one, they're not getting any.
That's exactly right.
And you're making their job, they've got to score more on the next end to make up for it.
Right, Tony Wood now. Yes, well done. Five, just a little bit heavy with that. Score, so you saw that it was actually 3 shots to Aaron Sheriff there over Carl Healy, so he's blown it 28-15. This ring 26-11, but the middle ring for Cabramatta is up by 10. It's throws up some funny situations this game. You looked at the lineups and you look at that and you're probably thinking more 17 or 16 15s, 21 20s.
Some of these players, though, they're good enough that they can just get those few conversions that make all the difference.
Yep.
And that builds their team.
It just goes to show. It's a prime example of what our game's all about at that really high level, that anyone can beat anyone on the day. They really can. It's about taking that half a chance, half an opportunity when you get it.
Sometimes it's not about how many good bowls you play. About
Most
when.
definitely, that's about when. Particularly on this ring, all players here have done a great job for Merrylands in sniffing out any opportunity Cabramatta might have of getting not just one shot, but any chances of multiples have been sniffed out. Just about at every opportunity has been sniffed out. So,
and it's not that Nick Cahill's team's played all that badly.
No.
It's just that their opponents have just played that a little bit better.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't actually think there's a massive difference between the teams. It's just that a couple of results have been very well deserved.
I think Merrylands have put more bowls in better areas, you know, at this stage early on. I mean, this man on screen early on, Gary Willis, he was sensational. But overall, yeah, Merrylands.
Tony Woods had plenty in good position, and Jack McShane's had plenty on good position. Nathan Rice has played a couple of really big bowls.
Fergo's been brilliant.
Come up with the chocolates a few times.
A few times. I mean, that last end was just...
That was a bomb. 4 down, and you just go, well, here's my chance to stand up and play the counting bowl.
Exactly, and they understand that opportunity of, you know, Cabramatta getting or a 4 or 5, even with 10 ends to go, is just going to lift them. So he's just sniffed that out, drawing that second shot.
Very nearly got shot, but second shot is pure gold. Well, Nick's turned Ellen's bowl out. One shot to Cabramatta at the moment. David Ferguson, here we go, and you know what? I can just add another bowl in there. Whether it's second or shot is, he'd rather get shot, but he'd be happy to get a very close second. And say to Nick Cahill, well, you've got to take a risk.
Well, that's the way it's been for a lot of this game.
You'll see Fergo, he just had a little glance at the big board, say, well, yep, tactically, what's going to work to get the side through?
Really managed the game well, I've got to say. Just pulls up now.
Best back. I'm not sure he was after best back.
I reckon he was trying to cover that port. There's an 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡 bowl there and 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗟𝗏 bowl there. That little movement of Jack can get into a pocket. If Nick stays with it, can be 4 shots. These are the things we'll be looking for now. They're looking for those multiples. 19 shots behind with only 8 to play. One just doesn't cut it now for Cabramatta. We see here, he gets a push of, he's looking for the push of the Jack there, but he's just gone under his line. See just here to the bottom right, that green and white bowl. To the right is the 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡𝗡 bowl. They're all Cabramatta there. He wants to get down harder. He doesn't say. Unfortunately, there's only one down, I believe, there, Andrew.
I think it was just the one.
What Merrylands have done is just taken this crowd right out of the game. It nearly hear a pin drop now, so they've done a great job of quietening down the Cabramatta supporters.
And
which
with 7 ends to go and 18 shots of difference, we may well end up with something we didn't get last year, which was the top 2 sides facing off in the grand final. Warilla didn't finish second last year. They fought their way in, and I think the Jets were second. Merrylands minor premiers, they will go through the grand final. That happened. Should go through at this stage. I'm not going to declare them winners.
I was like, Andrew, quiet.
Cabramatta Bullants, last year's minor premiers, did qualify for the grand final. They took the direct path last year by winning the qualifier. Merrylands, they've had to do it the hard way should they win this game, which is well within their grasp now. Warilla, they did end up second this year. And they've been impressive. They went for grand battle.
Tony Wood. Brilliant. He has won that lead battle, I think, over 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗟𝗏 today, Andrew. Bo was good early, don't get me wrong. It was a pretty tight battle early on, but
a couple of short bowls.
Yeah, that's what sort of let Bo down that little bit, just that. There's a couple of extra short bowls. There, he's just unfortunate to run into a Tony Wood bowl, yeah.
You're chasing big numbers, that hurts. Shake of the head from Carl, and it's Heath Lewis rolling the Jack on the far rink, so it's just
another score
creeping that
Sheriff. Yep.
A little bit further out of reach. It's getting into the big stages in the score over there.
Oh, look at that from Tony Wood. What a way to just constantly keep that pressure on. Most games you go 19 shots, 6 ends, you know, yeah, we can be relaxed, and Tony Wood just goes bang, bang. Again, making Cabramatta uncomfortable, making it hard for them to find ways, making big numbers. Wow, what an effort, 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗏.
Well, Merrylands here, they're seeking to shut this game down early.
Yep. They don't want to...
They don't want to get to that last end and have to face off any number at all.
Jack's just backed off from this. He's not happy with himself there. See why, he's put up short.
Well, I'm not sure if Club Merrylands has won the top grade of state pennants in
Ellen Fife, hang on, Andrew. Look at this.
Anytime.
He's interested, or
just flopped in to second.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure of those records myself, but you should be. Nearly 30 years with Bowls New South Wales. You should know a thing or two about it, I'd imagine.
Well, I do know there's a couple of legendary falters many years ago. Some of these players would not have even been born at that time.
Well, a couple of short bowls there from Jack. That's uncharacteristic of him. Aaron Wilson playing a big one next door. Not sure what the result was. Well, he got a result. Hands in the air. It's one down.
I think sometimes too that some of those falters then grow into urban myth status. Gary Willis, he's looking to turn Ellen Fife's bowl up.
He just wants to get back. He's trying
that
very hard, Gaz.
Oh, dear me.
Let's just flop back.
And that's probably the tale of the day, all but. Carrie's played some great bowls, but they just haven't quite got the results they needed. Whereas Merrylands, they've been pretty much superb.
They have. They've really come to play. Obviously, they know in themselves that didn't perform to their peak the last two matches, and they know that. And that was well and truly noted in a pre-match interview by Jack McShane. So, but did say there's still plenty of belief. Yeah, he's right. Oh, players there, I know. Nathan Rice now. Well, I think he was trying to get to these back bowls there of Gary and Ellen, but he just put a little bit narrow and fell into the short ones. Slight opportunity here for a multiple for Nick Cahill, but a hard one.
He's almost got to hit Nathan Rice's bowl to punch Ellen's on to the shot bowl.
Well, he's going with that sort of weight, isn't he? It's lined up for that. If he holds there, that to there, and gets it out, or Jack through.
Probably still one down.
And Tony Woodbowl may have caught that at the back. He played it
didn't
really
want
well.
the jack.
It's come through right onto the jack, and not sure what the indication is, but
well, it might even be tied there at the moment. I'll tell you what, I think David Ferguson, he'd say, you know what, tight end, I'll take that.
Oh, for sure. It's another end that Cabra cannot score on.
Well, Nick Cahill has got to find a way to get to his bowl. If he can get onto that bowl and roll Tony Woods out.
You can see a little bit of an opportunity for that jack to pop off the back of that Tony Wood bowl. Nearly forward somewhat, Andrew, and across to those three bowls there of Cabramatta's.
Yeah, miracle shot, but it's there.
Well, are they miracle shots these days, Andrews? In all honesty, these are things that are looked at, practiced, and set up in skills drills and situations.
It's a 2%er.
Well, it is.
And I think it's probably even a 2% to actually hit what you're after, and then less than that to get through to get it. So if he manages to do this, it is an absolute gem.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's got to work in his favour. There is a lot.
It's available. He's planned
But it's available, that's right.
If he manages to execute it,
hats off.
Hats off. All hail to the king.
Well, here we go. He's let it go. Well, onto that. True. Well,
very, very close. But
very
then
close.
If he'd managed to get it onto his own bowl as well, then things had to go in his way as well.
Sure did. Well, we've just seen.
But, you know what though? He was within a whisker of it. It was an excellent delivery. Don't get me wrong there. He had to try and play it.
No, Carl Healy just got a 4 on that last end, so it's coming up now 67-51, 16 shots, 4 to play, 4 per end. Minimum.
Well,
and at the moment, Virgo's at worst 1 down. You're probably not doing nothing with this too much.
He's having a go, but I'm not sure how serious a go he had.
I think Nathan Rice has given that up. Yeah, Cabramatta's got the maths, so that's 1. So that's just 50, 67, 50. So it's now 15 with 3. So it's just in one end, it's all of a sudden gone to 5 per end. They need to score. And Sheriff Rink has finished.
Cabramatta has to score on every end that's left.
Well,
Merrylands score, it goes to 8 and end.
If there's a score next door, I'd imagine they could be close to shaking hands.
Cabramatta pick up 2 next door, game over. Merrylands pick up 2, game over.
It sure is. Yep, 𝗣𝗟𝗘𝗡, well, he's gone. They've had a couple of goes at that, sinking the jack in the ditch, haven't they now? And haven't got one yet. Well, they're already shaking hands.
Yeah.
They are. There has been a concession. There has, in all honesty. Well, I'm going to head on out and I'll leave you with Andrew Lynn as I try and grab the skippers.
So I'm not sure of the exact final score, but it is definitely Merrylands has booked their berth in tonight's grand final. They've defeated the reigning premiers, the Cabramatta Bullants. It was 67-52 on 60 ends. I think they've decided that's where to finish. Sensational game by the Magic, and it's now 1 versus 2. The Magic take on the Gorillas at 5:30 this evening. Aaron Sheriff, 29-19 winner over Carl Healy. It was 26-13 here. Disco Wilson, 20-12 victory over Mason Lewis.
Well, viewers, we just saw a very good match with a replay from Thursday's round 11 match. Merrylands Magic up against Cabramatta Bullants. Merrylands being successful in getting their berth through to the grand final. With me, I have Nick Cahill. Nick, wasn't to be for Cabramatta. Come up against a very strong Merrylands. Obviously, they were out for a little bit of revenge after Thursday's match. Mate, overall, though, got to be happy with a pretty good season. It has been noted that it's a lot stronger this year, so still got to be pretty happy with the effort that the guys have put in.
Yeah, 100%. Look, we're really disappointed. That was not our best performance by any means, but full credit to Merrylands. They were fantastic tonight. Fergo's rink especially. Jack McShane playing great in there. Lerchie and Fergo, just the machines at the end that do their work. So, look, we're disappointed. We finished third. Not our greatest achievement, but still pretty good season for the club. So, hopefully big things next year.
All right, then. Thank you very much for your time, Nick. I'll let you get back to your players, but very good season and congratulations on third. Well, and I've got David Ferguson with me here, winning skip on that rink. David, what a performance. Obviously, Merrylands, it's well known, probably the benchmark team for 10 rounds. Last two games probably didn't go to plan, obviously, but you have come out today and absolutely showed the brilliance that have got you to where you are now. Got to be pretty proud of the team.
Yeah, it's a great team performance. Obviously, Thursday and even yesterday, probably the standards that we set ourselves were not up to scratch. A lot of wasted bowls in times. That's something we reflected on this morning, especially our rink after last night's performance. We've been pretty solid all year, and to come out with that performance last night was not up to scratch. So we really had a chat as individuals in our rink as well and done all our jobs. So, but overall, brilliant team performance and one to go.
Well, mate, thank you very much. Look, we'll let you go. We know you've got to get prepped for the grand final. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in the next match, though.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it, viewers. Merrylands Magic successful and through to the grand final. We will see that grand final at 5:30 as the Gorillas come up against Merrylands Magic.